Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I had one heck of a camera issue, but no need to go into that. So if you see me moving around, that's why. We're gonna have an excellent show today. I'm really excited for today's show. It's been a while since I've been just this excited to have a guest on, number one, and number two, talk about somebody like Frank Turek and get some opinions from somebody else, somebody that's, in our ecosystem, but you may not know her. She's been making great content. She's a friend of mine. Her name is Against My Better Judgment, or better known as Jen, as a friend. And we're going to bring her on in a little bit and talk about Frank Turek. We're going to talk about a video that she did, went pretty much viral for a smaller account, over 50,000, 60,000 views, something like that. And it's a very interesting perspective. I love her perspective. So we're going to be definitely having an amazing conversation with her, and also maybe some commentary and reaction around some of the other things that Candace Owens, Baron Coleman, Zach Costello, Cassia Daily Fredo, shout out to all of them, have also, and even some Jesse on Fire. I mean, a lot of people have caught inconsistencies and contradictions, and Frank Turek has been quite a character in this story of the Charlie Kirk assassination. So yeah, we're gonna be discussing that, and I'm gonna just bring her up now because I'm late and I want to get her onto the show, and let's rumble. What's up, Jen? How are you?
Thanks. How are you?
Good. This is a long time coming. Sorry for the camera issues. Hopefully it looks okay.
You look handsome as ever, Danks.
Oh, thanks.
Chef's kiss.
Hey, you know how to do it, girl. You know what's up. See, that's how you treat the host. You see this? Professional. So what's going on? So for people that don't know you, want to introduce yourself? I just did a light intro.
Yeah, it's basically what Dank said, Against My Better Judgment, or you could just call me Jen.
Let me pull your channel up here. Yeah. So you've been making content for how long?
Oh gosh, I don't know, about a year maybe. I really only started about right when stuff happened with Charlie Kirk. Was picked back up my channel and started making content over there. Just basically like commentary, news, politics, just giving my snarky old opinion on everything.
You do it. I told her from the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, when I first met her and I saw her first video, I was like, this girl's got it. She's just gonna nail it. You had like what? Did you have 1,000 subscribers at that point? Now you got 5.14.
No, I had about 300 when I first met you.
Well, the video I wanted to show, this one right here, it was really good. It popped up in my feed. I want to share it with the audience and maybe talk about it. But definitely talk about it, actually. This was your most recent. What made you want to? What do you think about Frank Turek? I'm curious. I want to talk a little bit about the pastor. Are you studied on him at all? What's your opinion on him?
I'm not really, I can't say I'm studied on Frank Turek, but I do have an opinion about everything. I have
how about your opinion? Let me get your opinion. That's all I would want. Anyway.
I don't really, I think either he was in on everything from the beginning. Let's just say allegedly there's a plot to unalive Charlie Kirk. Let's just say that's the premise here. I think maybe he knew about it the whole entire time. It's one of two things. Either he knew about it the whole entire time, or I kind of watched that video Candace showed the other day where he was scrambling to get into that car when they were pulling out and leaving with Charlie. And it looked like they were elbowing him out of the way a little bit, like ignoring him. You know what I mean? Like they were just like, we need to get the F out of here. And they're trying to get out. And he's like trying to get in, and it looked kind of weird. And then eventually he like scrambles to the back and pops the trunk and just jumps in. And so I thought maybe he went into that trunk like innocent, didn't know anything bad was happening, taking place, whatever. And by the time he got out of the car, he was like fearing for his life. But I'm interested today because you got a couple different things to show with Frank, like over time, which I want to see, because I haven't watched him over time to see like, what he was like, before this happened with Charlie and stuff. So I would be interested to see how he kind of holds himself and, presents information and preaches and all that kind of stuff. I'd be interested to see that, just to compare it, to right after this happened with Charlie and things like that, or even when it happened with Charlie, just to see how he's, how he's acting, because it just looks like he's shady to me. And from my comment section, guys, they've been saying he's quoting the Old Testament, which, as you know, I'm just very, very new to religion and all that. And they've been saying like Frank's quoting the Old Testament, which, you know,
yeah. I said the same thing one time. I was like, what? That's from the Old Testament, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know?
And so people were telling me like that was, you know, before Christ came.
Maybe he's Jewish. He might be a hidden Jew. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
nothing against it. I mean, you can come out and say it, Frank.
But I mean, you know, to be quoting that and threatening, it felt like that was a threat to Candace. Two threats in one video in like 5 seconds. He was like made 2 horrible threats to a pregnant woman. The prego.
Oh, no. I mean, even if Candace's husband, God forbid, and I hope this doesn't happen, I'm just saying, even if Candace's husband died, they wouldn't give her the same treatment. I guarantee you that. They would not be, the widow and stay away from her. They would give her like a week max, maybe 2. Maybe 2.
I don't even know that Blake Neff would give her a week. I think he'd be online being like, haha, you deserved it. Like you got what you deserved. Man. I think they would basically all just be like, you got what you deserved, because they feel like she is personally attacking them by just simply asking questions. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's so tragic. I just can't believe. I just think it's disgusting. They're disgraceful. Allegedly.
It is. It seems to be. I mean, to me, I think they're disgraceful. Just on the fact that they can't make their business like the way that this has all gone down. They didn't have to have this big of a dent in their social image, as well as the future earnings as donations. I personally think that they have completely gone about whatever all of this is for them in their shoes, from their side. They've gone at this the complete wrong way. You touched on it in your video, saying all they had to do, I might be able to even find it here. When you said all they had to do was just ask questions. Let me play this right here.
What? Is this dude for real?
Oh, I love that shit.
To say,
if you come after a widow or the fatherless, God says, I will hunt you down with the sword and kill you.
Right now. You ready? I pulled a quarter of a baron just right now. Quarter of a baron, maybe a half. You know what a baron is? Are you?
Yeah. Let's have a listen to what he has to say.
If you come after a widow or the fatherless, God says, I will hunt you down with the sword.
This is her channel, Against My Better Judgment. Go give her a like, give her a subscribe, a follow, what have you. Do you do members only stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I have some members only stuff back there. Mm-hmm.
Join, do some members only stuff. Join the membership. Let's show support. You'll want to after you see and engage with her. She's great. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or the fatherless, God says, I will hunt you down with the sword and kill you. It also says in Deuteronomy 19 that if you falsely accuse someone of a crime and you're found out, you get the penalty of the crime. So if you falsely accuse someone of murder, you're the one that gets executed.
I got to bring
what? What? Is this dude for real? I mean, first of all, we're so sick of this whole widow slop. Like, you can just drop that. Nobody cares about your widow Bible verses anymore. That's literally done and over with. Like, time has passed. We're done with that. This shit, though, literally saying the Bible says that if you accuse somebody of something, that's going to happen to you. So if you accuse somebody of...
What'd you say?
I forgot to say falsely. If you falsely accuse somebody, I meant it, but I forgot to say it. I was so mad.
The Bible verse, widow slop. I mean, the thing, this is the problem with Frank Turek. Everybody knows who he is now. You should just like figure out a way to take advantage of it so that your whole life isn't completely disrupted. If you aren't hiding something that could put you in prison for life or worse, you know, then take this image and try to shape it up, bro. Come on, man. Everybody loves pastors, not crazy psychopath like military ones, but regular ones.
Yeah. The sad thing is there's so many pastors that are, I mean, oh my gosh, we got Pastor Potato Head too. Don't forget about him. This one here, Pastor Potato Head the other
Who's
day.
That?
That's James Caddis. or Cadiz, whatever, however you pronounce it. That's her Bible in 365 buddy, like podcast buddy. He does all the
What's the name? What was it? James Caddis?
Yeah. She asks the questions that are emailed in, right? The questions that are emailed in, and he answers them. Well, before Charlie passed away, she never said a word. She would just ask the question and stay silent. Now she chimes in and she's like, I call him Pastor Potato Head. I can't stand him. He said that the Bible says, that it's okay to pray that your enemy's teeth gets just knocked down their throat. It's okay to pray for that. And she was like, yeah, it's in Psalms. Yeah. And I'm just thinking like they're sick. Like what pastors, what message is that you're giving people? Like I'm new to religion. And if this is what I heard and that's all I had to go by, I'd be done. I'd be like, I'm good on that. I don't really need to like pray for people to have to eat their own teeth and like all this shit. Like, no, I'm good. And if
they really want to go back to the Bible times, then what's going to happen is all their riches is going to get looted, and you're going to have, unless they can get the security tightened, which is that's what they're doing. They're trying to tighten the security so that they can do whatever they want with everything, all of us, and decide. I mean, imagine this. Like we are living through something that if you explain it to some other species that could understand our intellect, they think it's crazy. We are born. Our parents both work all day. If you have, that's what mine did. They worked all day. Mm-hmm. They're stressed out. They're fighting weight. You're fighting health issues. I'm raised and then brought into this system, and they're brainwashing and they're literally in control of what we learn about life. Right. Like, the only thing we know about life is what they've told us and what we've been able to read, and then them tell us our lies. And then we have to figure out what is true and what is not. So we really don't even know our own reality. And I don't know where that came from, why I went deep into that. But the fact remains, this reality that we're watching TPUSA go through is tragic. And to go circle all the way back, I'm going to play a clip from Candace in a minute, but to circle all the way back, Candace, she's sharp as a dagger. And once she's got her teeth in like this, I don't know, where do you go from here? Where do you think she goes from here? I mean, there's got to be something else. Barron is saying they need to get a lawyer. Did you see that video?
No, I didn't see that one yet.
Oh man. He has a cut of it that dropped today. I'll just show you the intro. I think it is right here. Let me see.
I love Barron. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, here, check this out. You'll love this. You guys got to go watch this Barron clip after the show. It's really good. Let me see. Bam, just that intro right here.
If I'm Mikey McCoy, I'm Brian Harpole, Rick Cutler, Dan Flood. I think I run. I don't walk to an attorney's office this week. And I think I sit down under attorney-client privilege and I say, what do we do?
What do we do?
It's time to drop the hammer on all these trolls. It's time to drop the hammer on Gary Meltdown.
So he goes in and he Gary Meltdown.
Time to drop.
He's like, look, guys, like there's a lot more than what you know. There's a lot more than what people have put out. I don't know if he's got stuff or Candace or what they've got, or who's got anything, if anything, but it seems like we're getting very close to a very different version of the story that they're telling us. And it's kind of concerning when you have clowns like this guy right here. You don't even have to put the nose on for a clown. He looks like one already.
Yeah, he's real upset.
I want to continue playing your response on this.
Unaliving someone, you're going to get unalived. Now, is this a veiled threat from Frank Turek? What the hell's going on here? I can say, however, he looks more nervous than I've ever seen him. Wait until you hear him kind of like stumble around here a little bit. It gets better.
This up because I know that it's just, to me, the enemy is working through this woman's mouth, Candace Owens.
Now, what exactly is it that Candace did that is just so bad? What exactly is Candace Owens doing but speaking the entire world's questions? She's literally just asking the questions the entire world wants answered. There are so many holes in this piss poor case that the feds have put together. It's sickening. It's insulting. And I would like to know, what exactly is it that she's doing to attack Turning Point USA? She's asking people to come forward and answer some questions, and not a single one of them will do so. It's on them.
I think that was one of the most, this right here is like one of the most important things anyone could say.
This entire thing questions, and not a single one of them will do so. It's on them. This entire thing, this entire destruction of Turning Point USA lies on their shoulders alone, in my opinion. All they have to do, if they would like to save face, is come out and just answer the questions. Plain and simple. You can come right out when it's about grief yoga pants, and you can come right out when it's about a boyfriend that's not really a boyfriend. But when somebody's literally accusing you guys of having a hand in unaliving Charlie Kirk, crickets. It's crickets. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if someone accused me of something like that in the public arena of the internet, I would be out here giving a statement at the very least. I guess at least Frank's out here giving it a try, but
Man, you said it really good. I mean, the guy is well, he is out. You gave him credit where credit is due, you know.
He tried. I mean
well, that's your
look
opinion.
At that. Look how it's paused in that guy's face right there.
He's all
This is a
cheesing.
newscaster. Everybody's saying they can't find this on Newsmax. I don't think it's up there anymore. I have no idea. People were like, "Where'd you get this clip? Where'd you get this clip?" I just got it off of X. But I guess people can't find it on Newsmax. I don't know. Maybe they took it down because it did so terribly.
I'll start it from back here.
After a widow or the fatherless, God says, I will hunt you down with the sword and kill you. It also says in Deuteronomy 19 that if you falsely accuse...
Okay, so that's where it is. So
brought you up again and tries to paint you again as somebody that had some...
So he's talking about Candace Owens here, right?
Yeah.
Candace Owens.
Giving a statement at the very least.
So already, the pastor, and who's this guy? The guy from Newsmax is a commentator. He is aiding and a pastor speaking radically about somebody who's just searching for truth and lying and enabling lying.
He's egging it on too. He's like egging it, you know what I mean? He's like,
listen to how he does this. Oh yeah.
I guess at least Frank's out here giving it a try, but
on her show last night, brought you up again and tries to paint you again as somebody that had something to do with, knowledge of, or was even a part of the killing of Charlie.
I mean, he gives it, he almost makes it sound like, we're with you, buddy. Like, obviously, instead of being like a down the middle of the road reporter, Candace Owens, recently it seems to say that it seems like she's been contributing maybe your actions and other people's to something going on with Charlie Kirk. What do you have to say about that? You know, that's how you could ask that, instead of, oh, well, we're like, obviously we know what side we're on, you know, the way we talk. It's like, what kind of journalistic integrity do you have?
Yeah.
None.
Poor.
Anyways, that's my rant.
Charlie Kirk. What do you think is driving her to share this kind of madness like that?
Well, as I just said, David, we had a murder, which is what Satan will do. And since the
Didn't they say God also took him, and then they keep saying Satan took him? Which one? Who took him? Was it Satan or God? Because they keep saying it's...
Yeah, I'm super confused about that myself. Somebody, again, my comment, like, I love my comment section. I literally had 50,000 views. I answered every single comment on that video. I just love the comments. And somebody said in the Bible, God takes people, Satan doesn't take people. So what are they talking about in the first place? You know what I mean? And it's a weird thing to say. It's
and they
a weird
should know
thing
that.
To say. I don't understand it. Like, Satan came and took Charlie. Like, okay, you know what they always say? They always say he's with Jesus, but Satan came and took him, but he's with Jesus. I call it a bro day with Jesus, because they take his unaliving, you know the word for it. They take the unaliving and they make it like he's hanging out with Jesus. It's like, really? That's what you're going to call it? And it's like making it lighter than it is. You know what I mean? So I always pick on them. I call it a bro day with Jesus, because it's just ridiculous. That's what they make it sound like. Like, oh, he's up there having a bro day with, like, he's up there chilling with Jesus right now. He's cool. Like, he's busy. It's like stupid. They make such light of the situation. It's crazy. Yeah, he wasn't taken. He was murdered. That's right. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that word, but yeah, that's
well,
that's
it's
what
fine.
it is.
You can find her against better judgment on YouTube for more. All right, so I'm going to show a couple other things here. So I've just got some clips. Let me see. I think we could go here. I got Baron first. I'll just pull out whatever I got here. Let's go to Baron. Actually, let me do this one. I have this clip here from Candace first. Let me do this one. All right. We'll just go like this. Oops.
All right, you guys. Nick Shirley, top of show. He got back to me, and like I said, I am grateful. But the issue is that I actually made a mistake yesterday. The signal, so many timelines got mixed in my mind, and for some reason, I thought that the flight from Santa Barbara to Scottsdale on the Y-Refi plane was flying while Andrew was hosting the Charlie Kirk show, which would mean obviously that if he was live on the Charlie Kirk show, he could not have been on the plane. But I was wrong. It was not flying at that time. The Charlie Kirk show was hosted in its entirety before that plane took off from Santa Barbara to Scottsdale at 12:28 Mountain Time. So this plane actually left Santa Barbara just 5 minutes after Charlie Kirk was shot.
Think about how much I didn't mean to play this whole intro. She's coming up right here with Frank. I'll just fast forward it. But she, think about how much, look at this, bro.
I know.
That's wild. And she's got tons of these, I guarantee you. And tons of people, my new mic stand comes in tomorrow, hopefully. Tons of people have graphs like this and charts like this and timelines. Someone built a whole damn site. Who killed Charlie Kirk?
Yeah.
Baron and everybody. There's a lot of people, not just large creators, small creators, big creators, medium, my size, your size, you're growing. And it's important. Our voices, people are hungry for truth. Look at this. This is people hungry for truth right here. All right, she goes into Frank right here.
It's not available. And when that Y-Refi plane is flying, you can see how I got mixed up. And I was just wrong.
Yeah.
It happens. Moving on. A very interesting find from my producer, Mr. Frank Turek. I have told you this man, Frank Turek. He is the only one that I feel like did not at all quiver. He has been just consistent. He acted the right way when the shots rang out. He ducked. Yeah, he got a little angry afterward and said I was the devil. She's the devil. Don't listen to Candace Owens. But he was tight on the alibis, the timelines. He presented information in just the right way. We have not been able to catch Frank Turek in any lies, right? Frank Turek hasn't made any mistake.
3 months ago. So
this is what I'm saying. Well, something that is interesting, though, is he did do a lot of media. He did a lot of the media rounds in the days following the assassination. He said a lot. He said a lot on his own podcast. And I want to remind you that Frank Turek himself is a military guy. Okay, he is a former Navy officer. He also has sons in the military, I think in the Air Force and the Navy. Don't quote me on that. It's one or the other. And I mention that only because Do
you think that something military has to do with all of this, Charlie Kirk? Like people being involved? If there was, do you think all these people are involved, like from the military and planted in, like deep baked in all the way? This is kind of an important question. Like, I'm curious. What do you think? Oh, I can't hear you. You're on mute. And also think about all the people like the Aquino guy and the board, and there's so many people.
Yeah, I think he was so smart that and from an early age, he probably had handlers that, maybe friends with his parents, like that far back, like people that they just put, into his life that he would have no idea that he had handlers, that they would be handlers or whatever. They probably watched him for a long time. You're not interacting with the president of the United States and giving him some advice and stuff without being heavily watched, like at your every move. You know what I mean? You're not just chilling with Trump. You know what I mean? Like you're not. Yeah. They know your phone calls. They know they know everything you're typing in your Google search. And we just saw that video recently where he didn't even have a control of his Twitter account. He had to ask somebody if this is cool to post. He didn't have the password. Like, I mean, he was heavily, surrounded, I feel like. Now, when Candace says like multiple governments are involved in things, I could see that just because we've seen proof that some of these military I don't know what they call them, like practices where they practice this stuff. They're with these other soldiers from other countries. They're all in little units trying to figure out how to work together, each taking, lessons from each other, I guess, on how they all operate.
They send them out to, America goes out and meets with France. They're all going into Ukraine. There'll be like a group of 12 from each country, and then some like America and whatever MI6 people and like some agent will train these guys, and they're also training the Kurds out there in the Middle East, like giving them weapons and training them how to fight. And shoot.
So I just think, if there's that cool, like if they're already doing this with like mixed company, you could call it, with all these different countries. I mean, I could see them taking a team and go get in there, and this is what you got to do. I mean, it's such a mystery. It could be so many things. Or it could be very simple. And they always say like the simplest answer is the truth, but we saw the simplest answer play out in front of our eyes, and everybody doesn't see that.
What if the simplest answer is not what they're telling us, but is still simple, right?
Yeah.
Like there could be like, and you mentioned all the things that if you look back, it's kind of daunting to think about. You look back at if that's the case. Well, Bill Montgomery, the person who found him at this college speaker event, basically plucked him out, said, "You're not going to college. You're going to go around the country and tour and tell people about how to become a Republican, a good Republican conservative. And we're going to make sure that this operation works somehow." And they did. And now you see, if you think about all the people that came in, and then after, like, how does this thing grow to be this big? They took advantage of something along the way, or it was planted. Somebody was put in there to help them. I mean, it is so unlikely that
didn't you
that
hear
would be so big.
Oh, you must have missed it, Danks. Duh.
What?
It's
What
Erica. It's
Oh,
Erica.
yeah.
As soon as
When
she
he
got
met
there.
Erica.
As soon as she got there, as
I
soon
know.
as they got married, God blessed them. And even though Pastor Cadiz said, as soon as they got married, the Lord definitely goes after you and puts a lot of, things in your path that makes your life harder. You're being tested constantly because you're a good person. And, because of Erica, Turning Point USA has grown to be what it is because of Erica. That's the story. I mean, I think it might be something like, they had some good investments in crypto, or they decided to start doing something shady like, trafficking, maybe, perhaps. She was like,
some traffic lights.
Yeah, because I mean, a housewife. I mean, like, you put me in Turning Point USA. You think I'm going to know how to run the finances to double our income or triple it? I mean, hell no. You know what I mean? But if you already have ties to some type of operation that you could bring in and start making money from, and using all these show companies and this nonprofit and all this other, things that they do. And also they do invest, didn't we? I think you showed us that they invest that money. They're investing donor money, right? So it's not even theirs. Like I keep saying, I want to do that. I think you guys should totally go over to the channel and just go ahead and donate, and I'll go ahead and invest it. And then, I'll just make tons of money off of it. And then,
Well, they did disclose, I think they just disclosed a few investments, but they recently released their Form 990, which has their 2025 taxes. But yeah, I have all of these scripts that I drew, like some charts and stuff. I was trying to find the one where it was 2018. It shows when Erica Kirk met Charlie. That was the same year that Tyler Boyer, all of these people came in through, I think, what might have been Tyler Boyer. And I have a graph showing it, but I don't know exactly where it is. But yeah, so you see the irony is so hard to grapple that this is just all happenstance. Maybe it is, but let me read a couple of these. And I want to continue with that Candace clip. What's up, Kevin? Thanks for the love. Just want to show love to some Danksters. What's up, Egyptian guy? Thanks for the love. Welcome, Jen. Glad you're here from TL Catlet. Thank you for the super chat. Where's the autopsy report? I want to see it. Jolly Lollipop. I can't tell me. I don't know. Frank, what's up? Frank and Cuban. What's up, Philippe? Will Smith probably won. Jeez, bro. Jeez, bro. I'm going to read, I think, a couple more. My dad was in the Navy and his roommate snitched on someone. They put battery acid in his mouth. Wash. So they wash. Unfortunately, it was my dad's trust. Okay. Wow. That's brutal. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope he's okay. Jeez. Dale Stark, what's up, homie? He was in the Navy.
Yeah.
Loose lips sink ships. Ask any sailor. Full time. Frank Turek didn't learn, apparently. Apparently not. Good to see you. Jolly Lolly, another guy who maxed his act and thus was probably approached by intelligence agents in his boyhood was Tyler Robinson. Will enter a plea deal. Interesting. Thanks for the love. Plea deal? I don't know. I think they have to. We'll see. I don't know what they're offering, if they're even offering a plea deal, if that's even on the table. I'd have to look and see.
We all know that military men tend to be extraordinarily precise when it comes to timelines, to time in general. They are reliable when it comes to keeping track of time. It comes with their general business. It's a stereotype that holds true due to their training. Okay, that's why they even have their own time, military time, right? So it makes it interesting.
I love that bitch.
Oh, she's
I just love her, dude. I could never have thought all that shit out, let alone sat there and said it so eloquently. Sorry, continue. Sorry.
No, you're good.
That you're about to hear Frank approximate what the exact or ish time was that Erica Kirk arrived at the hospital. Take a listen to what he had to say.
And then when Erica got there, she spent a lot of time talking to she probably got there, I don't know, somewhere around 4 p.m. maybe. And she spent a lot of time, as you could imagine, talking to the surgeon and talking to the hospital staff and seeing Charlie.
Oh. 4 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. We have a problem, Houston. The plane in which Erica told me that Andrew was aboard that day did not land until about 4:40 p.m. Okay. So if indeed Erica was available to console Andrew and to meet Andrew on the runway when he landed, there is no way in hell she would have been at the hospital even before 5 p.m. Because even with absolutely zero traffic at all, it takes 20 minutes. If you were just flying from point A to point B, it would take you 20 minutes to get from the Provo airport to Timpanogos Hospital. Okay. Now, by the time you account for the landing.
So she goes in, and I didn't play the clip. I didn't watch it, but here, there's basically, this is the beginning of where they really started to go hard into Frank. So it was about 3 months. And there is now, when we look at recently, now up to 3 weeks. So this was a few weeks ago. I thought it was sooner than that. This was one of the biggest things. Barron found it. I should have just played this clip from the beginning, but he pulls out something interesting when he catches these two having a conversation, and in direct contradiction, he shows it. This is a great segment. I'm gonna recommend have them clip something like this here.
Too, though. I do want to show you a couple of items that have come to my attention based on what we covered. So I'm transitioning now back to lying doo-doo bag Frank Turek. I think he's a piece of trash liar. I said it, allegedly, in my opinion. And I think I'm going to prove tonight, because of people like Base Sam Parker and others who on X watched our podcast from a couple of nights ago, saw Frank Turek say things, and then they...
Oh, sorry. Hold on. What the heck? Let me fix this. What happened?
Yeah, LW, you're right. LW says the truth is never harmed by questions. However, lies, on the other hand, are harmed by questions.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. It dropped out. Okay.
I do want to show you a couple of items that have come to my attention based on what we covered. So I'm transitioning now back to lying doo-doo bag Frank Turek. I think he's a piece of trash liar. I said it, allegedly, in my opinion. And I think I'm going to prove tonight, because of people like Base Sam Parker and others who on X watched our podcast from a couple of nights ago, saw Frank Turek say things, and then they, because this is a decentralized investigation, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of us following along. Sam was able to go, hey, wait a minute, that story doesn't add up, and I'll show you exactly what he's talking about. Let me take you back to the podcast between Jack Hibbs and Frank Turek. Frank Turek is going to describe, or Jack Hibbs is going to describe, when Frank Turek called him. And this is very important. It got past me the other night. I was too focused on the actual content of this particular discussion, and I wasn't thinking of it in all the global.
You want to talk about someone with words? This guy can carve up a transcript off the dome.
I know.
Man.
Charlie Kirk narrative and all the BS lies we've been told. Here is a BS lie that we're going to expose in just a moment, but you got to see the original BS lie first. Allegedly, in my opinion.
And then so I went about my morning, not long, and I'm trying to remember the sequence of things. I either got the first call from you or from Mikey. It was one or the other. It was very, very close. I do believe you were the first one.
That was after we got to the hospital.
Okay, then I got the first call from Mikey.
Because I was in the emergency room after we got Charlie there.
I remember.
I called you.
I remember what you were saying.
Yeah.
I was in the emergency room after we got Charlie there, and then I called you. Well, that's not bad. Okay, what's wrong with that? Well, I'll show you. I'll show you precisely what was wrong with that. Let me go back to Megyn Kelly interviewing Frank Turek. He has a different story. Now, the story should not change. This day should be seared in his smooth brain, but it is apparently not. Oh, but I would never play a video without pulling it up on the screen. So let me pull it up on the screen before I hit play. Megyn Kelly, if I go back just a few seconds, she's talking about, I know you had your phone on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know you had your phone on, and your son was hearing all of this too. So, I mean, he must have been traumatized just listening to it all.
Yeah, it was my son and daughter-in-law. I mean, he's 35 years old, and I was FaceTiming them because they love Charlie. And I was just, first I was FaceTiming my wife, and then I said, let me call Spencer. And so I started FaceTiming him.
During the event?
During the event, yeah, both during the event. And then
remember when
the shot rang out.
Remember when he has his camera phone up, his iPhone or whatever. Looks like he's filming something. Apparently he's with his family.
I just, as I say, started heading toward the car, and I just put the phone in my back pocket. I didn't turn it off. I just, instinctively. And by the time I got to the hotel, I pulled it out. They were still there.
Oh shit!
That's you were on FaceTime. You were at the event.
Yeah.
You hear the bang.
Battery.
Charlie goes down. You begin panicking. You shove the phone in your back pocket. You don't turn FaceTime off, so they're listening to the whole thing. Your words, not mine. You go to the hospital. You're at the hospital for an undetermined amount of time. We'll talk about how long that was in just a moment. You get back to the hotel, and they're still on FaceTime. That's what he just said.
Literally.
You were on FaceTime. The whole chaos happens. You shove the phone in your pocket. You rush into the car. You rush into the hospital. You get back to the hotel. You pull out the old phone. Lo and behold, they're still on FaceTime. Hi, guys.
So then he catches him on here. Let's see him play this right here.
Were you BSing Jack in order to establish an alibi as if Erica was there in the house? But that's not what I want to cover tonight. That's not the lie I'm looking at. I want you to listen carefully to what he's about to say here, and then try to think, is this possible with everything we know that he's told to date?
The only time I spent with her was with other people the night of the murder. We were at that hospital for probably 6 or 7 hours after the murder.
That's a long FaceTime call. My phone battery would have died.
I was just going to pause it and say that.
Yep, mine too.
And so he goes through that. Now, this is where he catches him, where Hibbs is asking him, or they're having a conversation about when they communicated after Charlie was immediately killed. Like, when was the first communication? And that's where the discrepancy is that Frank has his call on. He's apparently had the phone on the whole time. He even said when he got back to the room. But then Jack Hibbs is asking or saying, I'll just let it play.
Intervene.
And then so I went about my morning, not long, and I'm trying to remember the sequence of things. I either got the first call from you or from Mikey. It was one or the other. It was very, very close. I do believe you were the first one.
I really feel like he's trying to work that out with him in real time.
Yeah, me too. Because I would remember that. I would, you know what, the day Charlie Kirk got on live, that someone called me to tell me, I'd remember who the first person told me. I would just remember that. I don't think there's a single person in the chat. Would any of you guys forget that? Literally anyone forget the first person that called you when you found out like your good friend was just slaughtered? No, not at all.
No,
there's such like you said, he's trying to play it like, wasn't it like?
Yeah, that's the way that when you're lying to your wife and something like you're trying to and you're in front of your friend. And didn't we go to we went to Kent Pennett's house last night, right? We were at Ken's house, right? We didn't go to the strip club or go and injure anybody, right? We didn't bail anybody out of jail, right? No, it's like,
yeah, you're not forgetting that shit. Frank's just like Frank, and you know what? Even just watching Frank, he's a bad liar. I feel his lies. I feel his nervousness, and I feel like you can feel his nerves. You can feel he that's why I think that's the only reason. Like I said, I think he jumped in the back of that car. He had no intention on knowing this. He probably doesn't even want to know this. I feel like he hates this. To be honest, I feel like he really hates knowing what he knows, but he can't. I mean, but seriously though, guys, what could these people do? I mean, I think it was, who was it, Baron or Candace asked that? Well, at this point now, somebody needs to come forward. But what do you do? How do you come forward? What is your opinion on that, Danks?
Well, what do you?
If say Frank wanted to say, you know what, I've had enough. I'm going to tell everybody what's going on. Who does he go to? Because we don't know how high this goes. What do you do? It's like they're stuck.
I don't know if they're stuck. If it's all the way up from the government and the White House is involved, God forbid, but it looks like this goes way up.
Yeah, I feel like.
I don't think you can go anywhere. I think you have to leave the country. You gotta get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, I feel like you get Baron and Candace and Ian, and you get all of them on a Zoom call all at once, and you just tell them what you know. That's what I think. I don't think you go anywhere publicly. I think you tell them everything and just why
do you? Because you know that nobody will get punished.
No, I just think
it's like then you could get caught up in a.
At least you wouldn't die. I think if you told the public first and all these podcasters fed this information at once, the truth would come out immediately all at once. And, at least you might save your life. Not saying you wouldn't get in trouble, saying nothing would happen to you. But I mean, if it goes all the way up.
It's better for everybody to know than not to know. So you would say not secretly leak it, but come out, leak it. You kill me, then everyone's going to be on your ass if you kill me. So.
I mean, I'm thinking if they were going to come forward, like if they wanted to come forward, I might do it, say anonymously, at least, and tell them all what I'm telling them. And then, like you said, leave the damn country, change your name, leave the country. That's it. But honestly, like, I feel like all these guys are just stuck at this point. They're like, if it goes that high, this is another indicator that it does, right? Because you can see the nerves on some of these people. You can see, like, look at Mikey McCoy when Candace showed that video of Mikey. He's literally sick. And, I mean, but you can't say shit. Like, you can't say nothing. They're going to come for you. You open your mouth and they're coming for you. And it's like, and that's what I mean. I see Frank and I feel like I don't know his character, but it seems like at the very least he doesn't want to know what he knows, and he's real uncomfortable, like even having this in his brain. But they're fighting tooth and nail to keep us off their asses. You know, no one's stopping. It's like it's really just it's crazy.
It is crazy. Well, I'm gonna go back and play the rest of that Frank Turek clip because we're in the middle of it. But since we're on the topic of what we're discussing, what you were just talking about, and like maybe surrendering, or this, Barron actually gives them advice on what they should do.
Oh, good.
So
let's hear
this
that.
is the end of the clip. I highly encourage people to go watch the whole clip at Barron Clips. Barron Coleman Clips.
This is the shot across the bow. This is the warning shot. This is the, hey, you've got a couple weeks before Candace comes back. Now's a good time to figure out your life. Now's a really, really good time to figure out how you want to move forward with this. I'm told from some insiders at TPUSA that there are a couple of employees in particular who are really, really struggling right now with this. And one of those employees who's really struggling with this, listen to your conscience. Don't off yourself. That's not going to solve anything. And there's concern about that with some of these people. Don't go that route. It would be a tragedy, an absolute tragedy, if some sort of injury befell somebody, or some sort of attack on somebody, or somebody doing something like that, something permanent and fatal happened as a result of this investigation. It just compounds tragedy on top of tragedy. Someone's already dead. You can't bring him back, but you can start the process of justice. And so I'm pleading with you, genuinely pleading. Don't be the last one to the courthouse. Don't be the last one to seek advice from a lawyer, because the last one doesn't get a very good deal. The first one that gets a good deal. It's the first one that gets a good deal. Be the first one. Be the first one. Again, just to clarify, I cannot say beyond a reasonable doubt or with certainty that there was any conspiracy that involved any of these people to kill Charlie Kirk. I'm just saying the evidence, as I see it, in my opinion, starts to look like that. And if I'm right, I think I run. I don't walk.
This is where he says the intro part that I played earlier. I mean, he's right about this. It sounds like they're close to some. We've seen the whole story now, and the way that things have turned out, there's something up. They're hiding something.
Oh, you know what? I agree. I agree completely. They're hiding something. I think Barron and Candace are hiding a lot too, and I think they're close to putting whatever they have out. I think Candace has a lot of information that we don't. You know, that's how you. I mean, it's they're up against everybody. You can't just throw all your cards on the table. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. They probably do have stuff. You know, Barron released that image earlier. Here, let me play this real quick.
I think I run. I don't walk.
He basically said every time I don't know why my speed is off.
I'm Brian Harpole.
He's
McCoy.
Okay, here we go.
I think the biggest takeaway tonight is, if I'm Mikey McCoy, I'm Brian Harpole, Rick Cutler, Dan Flood. I think I run. I don't walk to an attorney's office this week. And I think I sit down under attorney-client privilege, and I think I explain everything. And I say, what do we do?
That's the answer to your question.
Because I think they know stuff. I think it's too obvious this doesn't make sense, this story that we've been told. I think you have to sit down with somebody and get independent advice. Now, where do you go? I mean, it looks like this may be a pretty widespread conspiracy that goes all the way to the top of government.
Yeah, it's the same question.
So where do you go to be safe? Well, I don't know the answer to that. And maybe you're so convinced that you guys are going to get away with something, whatever it is that happened. I'm assuming something happened. You know, not calling you guys murderers. But in the event that is broken glass in the SUV, and in the event there's something that was taped to his side, and that there's tissue damage all around whatever it was that was affixed to the right side of his torso, and it led to the that area of his torso not being.
So yeah, basically he's like, I'll get a lawyer. You guys, you know, and it's where do you go? It's true. It was I just thought it was a perfect clip to show because he literally addresses that. You know, and it's kind of sad. It's kind of scary. You know, I don't know. God help him, whatever it is. If there is anything there, you know, when you see this, like here, I'll play this Frank Turek clip. And when you see these people lying or they can't get their stories straight or contradicting themselves, there's room for concern. You know what I mean? Here we go.
It was after we got to the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, that was. Dang it, Jack. That was after we got to the hospital.
And then so I went about my morning, not long, and I'm trying to remember the sequence of things. I either got the first call from you or from Mikey. It was one or the other. It was very, very close. I do believe you were the first one.
That's Frank trying to remember. That's Frank trying to remember right there. He's like, what was it? What did we say?
I think it's Frank looking at him like, you motherfucker.
That could be it too.
Mother, I told you 3 times on the car.
You know what? Here. You're right. That and actually
you said you got it.
Bigger. I think it does look like that.
Got it. And right now, Jack, I could reach across the.
Look at his hands.
Table,
he's
Jack.
like this too. He's like.
Oh yeah, he's got his hands fisted. Look,
damn.
He's got a fist. Damn, Frank, he's fisting it. Oh no, maybe it looks kind of fisty.
Told Megyn Kelly I was in scrubs and my pockets were not near me. And I also told Megyn Kelly that I was on FaceTime for 7 hours with my kids, and my phone was in my back pocket. So, oh gosh, Jack, why were you at the field party? Jack, why were you at the field party? That's the field party look. We've look, if you have a parent of teenagers, you know the field party look. Told you not to go. Told you not to go. Can't believe you're hanging me out like this, son.
That's the
everybody in the neighborhood now knows. For the record, I've never had to make this face to my child, but my parents had to make the face to me. Sorry, Mom. Sorry. Won't happen again. But I know that, that face because I saw it when I was a teenager. Disappointment.
Oh, he's got me dying, bro. Frank Turek, disappointment. Couple of more chats. What's up, Crit?
Oh my God,
$5.
Frank Turek, so man.
We will never see autopsy, in my opinion. Great guest to have on. Thanks, love it, Kristen.
Oh, thank you, Kristen.
She's OG. She's she's on Club Vacha. You can join her community.
Oh, okay.
How's that going over there?
Oh, it's going good. We have a lot of fun in the server. It's a lot of fun. We go live probably once a week over there. It's pretty fun.
It's we have our live tomorrow. You can find her here on clubvatcha.com, CLUBVATRA, and she's right here. She's got her $5, and you can support. Oh, yours is. Oh, you have your founding member. She had a founding group.
Oh,
yeah. Also tip and donate on Club Vacha there. I built this tip thing. Yeah, I built Club Vacha. I don't know if people know or not. I was the one.
Danks is the man with the plan. That's
it's cool.
Badass. Club Vacha's awesome, Danks. You're gonna have tons of people in there soon.
Yeah, soon. I'm still doing a lot of work. Because it's got an analytics system for creators, so you can plug in your YouTube studio analytics, things that YouTube can't give you, like just by looking at it. You would need an agentic studio, which I built an AI agency that goes and pulls apart your YouTube studio, analyzes all of the videos for the creators. And what I'm doing is I'm adding now X to it. So it's got X, Patreon, Discord, Club Vacha, YouTube. Then we'll go into Instagram and Facebook and then have them all together. And then it puts it all in one, and then you can separate them and you can mix and match and you can compare. It's a really cool system. But yeah, that's on the way. And then also I have a research agency where you could come in and you could literally type in what you want to make content on. And it actually goes and it pulls all the most credible links articles, and then it'll even, if you want it, write a transcript or give you talking points, educate you on the information you're learning. There's that. I want to make a whole marketplace of things, and then we're doing merch as well. I'm going to be building in a merch store into the website, so all creators that are on Club Vacha soon will have access to merch for their store on Club Vacha.
Nice.
So yeah,
it's really great. I mean, it's great so far, and it's not done. So I can't even imagine when it is done. It's gonna be really fire.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Sorry, I didn't mean to do the hard plug in the middle of the show. But
dude, I get off topic on my live streams all the time. We talk about all kind of stuff on there.
Let me find this one here. If there is, I was looking at Jack. Yeah. So, anyways, we know now. A lot of us know. I don't have to continue. I was going to play more clips on Turek. Let me see. What is this? But we know that Frank Turek has been hiding a bunch of things or making things up. And I don't know why. I don't understand what the actual purpose is of just coming out and lying if you're going to say anything at all. And that's where it confuses me. Is it's like, why don't you just let it be? Why don't you just stop talking and just let it be? You know what I mean? But
I don't even understand, like, what's the point of lying about the FaceTime call with your kid? What's the point of lying about, did you call Jack? Is that the Jack Hibbs? Jack first, or did Mikey call Jack first? I don't understand what's the point of any of that and why, unless none of it happened. And that's why they're having such a hard time trying to recall this. And a lot of people said there's no way hospital gave them scrubs. There's just no way. But I did work at a hospital, and I know they had scrubs for the surgeons. Like, the surgeons don't buy scrubs. They're like top dogs at the hospital, and there's scrubs available to them. They just go pick out the size they want, and then they even leave them at the hospital to be washed and dried and put back in the thing. And it's like a universal thing. They just grab the scrubs for surgery. So I could see that I could see that part of the story perhaps being true. They had to have, right? Because they had no clothing, unless they brought clothes, which I don't think. I don't think they
blood
did.
really got all over them, which I don't believe it did. Maybe
and I have a hard time believing about the blood too, because there's no blood in the vehicle. There's very little blood for as much 32 feet of gauze he had to shove in that neck wound, which I don't know how that fit. First of all, I'd love to see what I would love is like to actually go by this stuff and see how big 33 feet of that would be, or 32 feet of that would be, because that seems like that's a lie too, in my opinion, allegedly. I can't see
feet of what?
Of packing. That's what Brian Harpole said he put in Charlie Kirk's neck. 32 feet of, like 32 feet, I think, is what he said, because somebody was like, yeah, he didn't want to say 33 because of 33 or something, but it was in the 30s. But it's like 30 feet of anything. Like, come on, son. Come on. That's ridiculous. But my whole point is,
they just wrapped his head up like a mummy.
Yeah. And my whole point is like, where's the blood? Where's all this? Like, it was all over. Maybe it got all over the people that were handling him and grabbing at his clothing and removing his shirt and all this suspicious stuff. And that's how they got, blood on their hands, because that's all you see in the car, right? Is handprint, like bloody handprints. Like if they put their hands on the seat to get up, or, wiped it off, you see it on the bags, but there's not like a big blood pool on the floor anywhere. It wasn't like a scene like you would think it would look like if you were, so if he wasn't bleeding, that means he was possibly, deceased in that car ride. I don't know. It's just so the whole thing's so weird, and no way that, in my opinion, did Brian jump on him and cut off his shirt in the hospital and was telling the staff, like, we need 30 cc's of Ativan pushing stat. Like, no, you didn't. Get on out of here, And that's so, and another thing is, that's so ignorant to that hospital staff, the whole hospital staff, the hospital itself. Telling that stuff really harms that hospital. It makes it like they are a bunch of idiots who just let some guy all bloodied up come in with a unalive victim, dragging him in, neck bobbing all around, and they're like, they're letting him dictate surgery. You know, I had I have a nurse that's in my Bayou girl, and she's like, there's absolutely 0% chance that happened. 0. You know, so it just brings us back to why are they fibbing about what happened at that hospital? Who, when Erica got there, how long they were there, who called who, where's Frank's phone? Why is he in scrubs, or, you know, why is he on FaceTime? And did he make a phone call maybe from the hospital phone? But come on, that I can rule that out right away, because tell me, you know, anybody's phone number. Do you know anyone's phone number?
I
Yeah.
forgot mine today at the dog groomers.
Yeah. Right. We forget nowadays.
What's your number? I was like, I don't know. I was given half of a number from 2-3 companies ago. I don't know. You know, it's like
back when we had flip phones, we could remember that shit a little better. But now I'm like, I have my own husband's number. I can't remember. I'm like, baby, what's your number again? I can't remember that shit. So you mean that he ain't remembering this guy's number to call him from the hospital phone either? So it's like, you know, this is like just it stinks of bullshit.
Right. That's
you
a
know?
good point. So what? So you're telling me that Frank Turek went the whole time? No, not you, but he's telling us, and he wants us to believe that Frank Turek went after Charlie got shot, was on this FaceTime the whole time, and not once over 6 to 7 hours did he check his phone to call somebody, hear his phone go off, somebody screaming at him in his phone. 7 hours, the phone was gone somewhere. I mean, what he said it was in his back pocket. That's not possible. There's no way.
I don't believe that,
because FaceTime is a speakerphone system, and it doesn't just turn off when you close the camera. You know what I mean? He would have heard somebody. That's just bold.
Yeah, you're right.
Bullshit.
They would have been on. Yeah, you're right. They would have not even just been like that. They've been on speaker. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Be like, Dad,
100%.
what's going on? Dad, you'd hear his son hollering for him, you know? It's like,
yeah, of course.
But the thing is, like, why say that? Why even say that? Like, that makes who cares if he was on a FaceTime with his son? Who cares? What point does that make? What does that add to the story? Nothing. It makes 0 sense. It's like the dumbest lie. It's like so stupid.
Like, maybe it's purposeful to just sow confusion.
Yeah, I think a lot of things they do is for that. But I just it's weird. The whole thing is so strange. It's like, I can't believe we're living this and seeing this happen. We're literally living in history right now, because this is going to go down in history. Whatever happens here is going down in history for sure. I mean, we're going to talk about this for years.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, you got people. She made a whole 30-minute video on this fool, bro. Look at this.
Damn.
Let me play this. Yeah.
Out. I'm not doing that. Thing is up with him. I'm not accusing him of taking anyone out. I'm not doing that. But I did watch his recent appearance at UVU. Yep. The same UVU where Charlie was unalived at. I am surprised that they sent Frank and not Erica herself. They love to do this poetic, dramatic thing.
Shout out to Daily Fredo, man. Shout out to
Yeah, she's a badass.
She's been live streaming too lately. She's been crushing it.
Really? I haven't seen her. I'd love to go to her live. I'll have to keep an eye out.
She did a couple hours yesterday, I think.
To squeeze out some emotion out of us. But they sent Frank Turek in his freedom shirt, obviously. And he spent a lot of time talking about 10th of September.
Yeah, let's send him in a shirt that Charlie died in, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was interesting that Nissy Social found that evidence of them not promoting that shirt, and it was like the first shirt they didn't promote. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, she basically saw that. She went through and found that over history, every shirt that Charlie would wear on tour, they had it listed for sale before he went on tour and wore the shirt. And almost all of them were like black or dark gray or black. This was the only one that was white. Strange.
Yeah, and I'm sick of them wearing that. I'm sick of them wearing that shirt. I'm sick of them saying the widow. I'm sick of them, I'm just sick of all around. Like, I think the entire world is. I think I can honestly say every single person in chat probably feels the exact same way. We're exhausted from it now. If I hear the widow one more time, honestly, I'm just like, I can't, like, that doesn't fly no more. We don't care. How about this? I don't give a shit. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. Oh, is that what God says? Okay, well, guess what? I'm over it. I guess I'm going to be punished then. I guess punish me. If that's the truth, then we'll see what happens. Everybody, every one of us has said something about Erica Kirk. Did you guys get punished yet? Have you got punished, Danks? I mean, has Candace got punished? Because, I mean, it seems like that might not be true. You know what I mean? And even if it is, I don't think it is. I don't think it is because they're taking it out of context. From what I can gather, it's for people that are poor and being abused and picked on and those types of widows, not rich widows who sit on a pile of gold like a dragon. No, not those kind. And, you know, they're taking them all out of context. And it's just like, yeah, sick and tired too. Exactly. It's just so old. It's like, dude, shut up. Nobody cares about the widow anymore. She's also a CEO. She's coming at us as a CEO as well. And, you know, no male. And what cracks me up the most, Danks, how about this one? I think, I'm not saying I agree with Charlie on this because I think everybody has to decide for themselves and their own families how you want to run your household. If you want the woman to stay at home and raise the children, if you guys agree to that, awesome. If she wants to go have a job and be a career woman and whatever, awesome. So I'm not weighing in on that because honestly, do you. I don't care. But Charlie made it a point, right, to go around saying the woman should stay home and raise the children. And it's up to the man to have the world on his shoulders and handle the finances and handle all this shit. Well, guess what? Now he's gone and Erica's in charge and she's doing a terrible goddamn job. She's crying every single interview. She's doing that. Well, she's able to produce tears now. She's been studying.
But well, what you do is you take a little onion and you have a little onion juice in your pocket and like, you know, a little medicine.
Puts her finger
container.
in her eye. Yeah.
And
she wipes it on the tissue.
She has,
she has onion eyeliner the bitch wears.
Yeah, onion eyeliner, exactly.
Yeah. But it's like,
bro, we make a killing selling that shit.
Yeah, she's like blubbering and crying at every time. Every time anymore. She says evil. She says the devil. She says, you know, the Lord. It's all the same. It's the whole spiel of the boohoo crying bullshit. And I have not yet seen one male CEO come out and act like that. Not one. So Charlie must have been onto something, at least for his own family, when he said the bitch should be staying at home, taking care of her children and not up here being a CEO because she obviously is having a rough time handling the pressure. You know what I mean? And if she wants to be this big boss, badass bitch, then she should be that big boss badass bitch. Because I'll tell you what, if my husband passed away, all right, and he had a place like Turning Point USA, do you think I'm just gonna be like, I don't want that? I don't want that. I'm just gonna go. No, I'm taking it all. It was my husband's and now it's mine. Period. And she sits out here and makes excuses and goes, this is what Charlie would have wanted, when we all know Charlie maybe didn't want that. But guess what? Charlie's gone and he can't decide anymore what's going to happen. And so if she wants to take it, she can take it. If she wants to change every stance that she has, she can change every stance that she has. She can do whatever she wants because she owns it. It's hers, and that's it. And instead of coming out,
kind of.
But you know what I'm saying. She's got the board and whatever. Yeah. But I'm just saying, you know, they all seem to be kissing, like licking her.
If they're gonna let her, if they're gonna let her do whatever, might as well do whatever.
But we see her stances change, like how they're out here saying Charlie would have wanted this and Charlie would have, and we're seeing clearly that's not the case. That's what I'm talking about. Like, own it, girl. Just be like, yeah, you know what? Charlie did say that, but I don't do that no more. I decided to change my mind. And what? Instead, they try to twist everything Charlie says to make it seem like that's what Charlie wanted. When we all, like, it's annoying. Just say, okay, Charlie might not like this, but here's what I'm doing now. It's weird. Like, you know what I mean? They twist everything. And that's what people don't like. If she would come out and stand on her business and say, this is what it is. And just, because I mean, come on, if that was you, Danks, would you be going, well, my wife would have wanted it this way, even though she didn't? Or would you be like, you know what? I love her to death, but she's gone and now it's mine and I have to do it this way because that's what I want to do. You know?
So, I mean, it's a weird, the thing is, like, what's weird about it is that, yeah, of course I would, obviously I would step in and make sure that if there was an operation like that, something happened to my wife, I would want it to be taken care of. But I also wouldn't make myself the CEO if it's like a fucking makeup company or some shit I don't know anything about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, I can maybe be the CFO or the CTO and do your tech shit, but I am not running this company. I don't know anything about this company, you know? That's me. Like, I guess if I had to, if there was nobody and it was like a startup and it was making like a couple million a year, but I couldn't pay somebody, and then I had to, then maybe I would. But that's not her position. You know what I mean?
I would, me
definitely
personally,
I would.
I'd take the money and I'd have my kids on it. I would have bought an island for me and my kids, and that's where I'd be living. And I would be making sure stuff ran how it should. You know what I mean? But she chose that, and that's what she wants to do. So stand in it and just be like, things are a little bit different now. This is how we're gonna do it. Instead of saying no, Charlie would have wanted. Charlie loved this.
That's a good
stuff,
point.
That's
a very good point. Just be open and be like, this is what it is. Whether like, Charlie, this is what they wanted me to do. Charlie said it. You don't have to believe it. This is where we're at. The problem with them and all of them is that they're not direct enough. They're not willing to answer anything that implicates them in anything shady, even a small little misunderstanding. They won't, come out and clear it up. They won't be direct, and they won't even have a conversation with anybody that has a differing opinion. And that's a problem, especially when now I don't know if you're in the middle of a murder case, but they're not in an investigation. The investigation is complete, so whatever somebody told I talked to Tyler Boyer. I only talked to him twice. And when I talked to him, he's like, I can't say anything because we're in the middle of a murder trial. And I didn't want to push it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, well, what are you talking about? Like the murder trial has nothing to do with your opinion on all of this, but maybe he's whatever, the COO, or he started this, he's been running this company. So if something that he says gets out, could it sway the jury maybe in a certain way, perhaps? So maybe it's better that they don't say anything on what they think. But, I don't understand the confusing and conflicting constant back and forths that we've caught them all in, and Andrew Colvett is one of the worst of them. You know what I mean?
Think about it. This whole thing with that video. Let's just take that for an example. That whole thing with the video. Okay, guess what? It doesn't matter if Charlie said he wanted her to be CEO. That's the whole point.
The fake video.
Yeah, that literally, it does not make any difference at all whether Charlie said that or not. It really makes none. And if that was my husband's company, and this is what I chose to do to honor my husband the way I felt like honoring my husband, whether he wanted me to honor him that way or not, who cares? He's gone. There's nothing he can do about it. I'm going to honor him how I want because it's my husband. It's my husband, and I'm going to do however I like. And so instead of her just being like, he might not have wanted me to be a CEO, but you know what? I wanted to step in and I wanted to do this because this is the way I'm going to honor him, period. That's just it. And there's no video, then nobody has to come up with a video. We don't have to have 1,800 videos on YouTube about it. We don't have to listen to Candace say, where's the video? We don't have to have a fake AI video created. We don't have to have any of this nonsense. It's like they create more bullshit just by her not just standing on her business. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the major problem, is just not, it comes with all of them. I think the lack of the ability to communicate. I put the scrolling ticker up top. You can follow Jen. I saw some people in the chat asking at Against Better Judgment on YouTube, or Club Vatra as well. That's the problem. The inability to be direct. Let me read some of these super chats, see what we got. Do you remember, what's up, Amy? Good to see you. $10. Thank you. Do you remember one of the first things that came out of Frank Turek talking in front of an auditorium of people, and he was telling yet a different story? It was early on. I don't remember all the details. When auditorium, he was telling yet a different story. Is it this one? I have a clip held queued. I was thinking about not playing it. Let me see. She goes in here. Thank you, Amy. Let me pull this down.
Charlie, and making sure we know Tyler Robinson is guilty. There's no other option. Trial what? Right? Who needs a trial? Who even needs a justice system? Frank and Erica and so many other people know better. They decide. And they decide that Tyler Robinson should be executed for it. The case is done, solved in 33 hours. That's it. No more questions. No more talking about it. Let's move on and buy some more merch from TPUSA. Anyway, there is a video of Frank Turek speaking at UVU, and I want to discuss a few clips with you because I found them troubling. Okay, here's the first one.
So this past summer, I went to Phoenix on 4 different occasions to spend time with Charlie. And we would sit and talk about all sorts of different issues that we get on a college campus, questions we get on a college campus. How could we answer them better? And there were other people involved, like Mikey McCoy and Danny Phillip and Blake Neff. He was learning from everybody. But after hours, sometimes Charlie would say, hey, let's go on a walk. And so we would walk through his neighborhood after dinner, after he put Gigi and Mac down, and we would talk about whatever was on his heart. And on Monday, September 8th, 2 nights before this, we had about a 90-minute walk with a 300-pound armed bodyguard behind us.
Armed bodyguard. This was never mentioned before, and I know why Turek is mentioning it now, because of Candace. He was on Megyn Kelly before, and he was describing this story, and he never mentioned the bodyguard. He said they went on a walk. So then on Candace's show, she said Charlie's neighbor claimed she saw him and spoke to him, and he was with a very tall man that evening. Imagine calling someone tall that's standing next to Charlie Kirk. Must have been Hagrid's size, you know? So Frank is throwing it in there casually, I think, to indirectly explain who that person was, that the neighbors saw. Where was this guy on 10th of September? That big bodyguard. Where was this tall guy ever? Wouldn't we notice that Charlie or Erica are being followed by some giant with a gun? Anyway.
That's true.
On the way in, he thought he would get a question on violence. The last text I sent Charlie Kirk was data on violence. I texted it to him from the back seat. He was in the front seat. Charlie, take a look at this. Second question was about violence. Hunter asked that question. I met Hunter yesterday here. Is Hunter here? I don't know if he's here. Hunter, where are you? There he is, right there.
Oh, hell
Hunter
no.
was here to ask a question.
What is this, man? Why is this Hunter kid keep popping up in this story? Look at her face.
Is that the same Hunter? What?
I think. Maybe not. Let me see. Is it?
Oh my God.
That's when the shot rang out.
Why does Hunter Kozak hang out at all those post-Charlie events now? Before Charlie
think
passed,
it is.
Hunter was banned.
Yeah, he said he
Yeah.
asked that question.
Hunter was here to ask a question, and that's when the shot rang out.
Why
the
does
hell?
Hunter Kozak hang out at all those post-Charlie events now? Before Charlie passed, Hunter was banned from TPUSA events. He's a part of the movement called Unfuck America. Suddenly, he's invited to speak directly to Erica, Charlie's widow. Now he is there while Frank is speaking. It's just weird. It seems current management of the organization are doing everything opposite to what Charlie Kirk would have wanted. No? And Frank's, is Hunter Kozak here? I don't know if he's here. He didn't know if he was there.
And I was always worried somebody was going to take a shot at Charlie. So I said to myself, if anyone ever does that, just do whatever you can. I don't know what that is, but just try and help them. I was in the Navy, which stands for Never Again Volunteer Yourself. And so when the shot rang out, I actually had my phone out because I was signaling the shooter, as you know. Had my phone out because I'd FaceTime my wife because the spectacle, as you know, those of you that were there that day, the energy, the festive.
My wife. Now it's her. Before it was his son, right?
Well, he said he was with his wife first, then his son. So this
Okay.
might be true. Yeah, he said wife first, and then his son.
Okay.
For a Q&A. What? And so I had my wife on, I was sharing with her, and then I said, hey, let me call Spencer and Caroline, my son and daughter-in-law. They're big Charlie fans. So I'm just standing there like this. And then the shot rings out.
No,
And I
he's
see
not.
Charlie.
He's not standing there like that. The phone is up tall, first of all.
Yep.
And I don't know.
They go down.
Has he shown? I don't know if he's shown his.
And I don't remember saying this, but my daughter-in-law's going, the first thing you said was, no, 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 no. And then I stepped toward him, and it's, those you were here, you remember that? You went down, didn't you? You went, is there more shots coming? But his security team was already there.
This to me looks like narrative seeding. It looks like
Yeah.
narrative seeding. You're trying to get involved and like get people to believe, get involved in like the way that they think about the scenario. Because he can see this and then he knows it's recorded. He mentions Hunter Kozak. It'll help it go viral and try to seed some narrative. It feels very psyop-y. You know what I mean? It feels very psyop-y.
By the way, his security team did not drop the ball, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
His security team only had jurisdiction around him.
Oh.
They did not have jurisdiction on the roofs. I was told, and I saw a text.
Go ahead.
Oh my God, they did not have jurisdiction on the roofs. So that's, oh well. Poor Charlie. Too bad. They didn't have jurisdiction on the roofs. Are you kidding me right now? Is that the dumbest thing you've heard today? Because that's the dumbest thing I've heard today.
That's
You
the
don't
same
need
slop.
jurisdiction on a fucking roof, okay? First of all.
You just
And-
go up there.
Yeah, like, and what cracks me up at this whole story, and it's even in those documents in the court, the one UVU officer, I think they said there was only one at the event or something like that, but the one, well, maybe not, but the one UVU officer, as soon as it rang out, he looked up right and said, there's a sniper's nest. There's got to be a sniper's nest. He immediately thought of that, a sniper's nest. And he thought of the correct roof. And so to me, it's like, maybe the guy did, because obviously, right, when someone in a political setting, we're sitting here like this, they get, what we think was, gunned, whatever, you would think a sniper. That is kind of one of the first things you think of. So why didn't his security team ever think of it? They never thought a sniper would be there to check the roofs. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to me that the UVU officer, who's not even a paid security, how much them security guards make? Millions of dollars. And they just, it slipped their mind. Because, Brian was like, hey, you guys got the roofs. And the one officer was like, yeah, we'll see. So that meant that was covered,
Yeah, got you
come on.
covered. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So we're not even going to check. But we got media drones. It's like either way, you don't want to drone. I mean, you need a drone and at least one person on the roof with the drone, and you can fly low Earth orbit. I mean, low, like down low under 200 feet. You know what I mean? You don't have to go that high.
Yeah.
I think
And in
anybody
my
can.
opinion, you don't even look if they weren't allowed to have drones. Let's say they absolutely couldn't have drones. Let's just say that's just out of the question. Like what's
Well,
a
there
drone?
was
Let's just say that.
definitely.
Yeah. You could still put a person on every roof.
Yeah.
This is why he said we had no jurisdiction over the roofs, in my opinion. Because first of all, that's bullshit. Okay, because all they had to do to get jurisdiction over the roof is tell the UVU people, hey, we got to have a person on every roof because we can't have drones, and we just want to make sure that this is covered. That's it. To put a human being up there, then guess what? Humans can go up there too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
And I
son.
doubt the security would have minded if you're like, hey, can I send somebody up by myself? If you can't, I'll go up there, or both. I think they did have a security guard. Maybe he wasn't on the roof, but he definitely acted like he knew exactly where to go. It was a UVU officer, I believe. Maybe it was Long. I think it was Chief Long. But also, they're not going to say no. Like, if you're security guards, you need to do that. Then, of course, they're going to be like, yeah, of course, go ahead. Whatever you got to do here. We'll send somebody up to unlock this or show you how to get up to this part or whatever. It's like,
That's
we've
why I
all
feel like
been
he
in
said that.
buildings.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like he said that for a reason. Like you said, he's planting a narrative pretty much right now. And that's why he said that. You don't need jurisdiction on a roof. Sorry, that's over with. You know what I'm saying?
Good
We're
point.
done with that too, as much as
Jurisdiction
the
on a
widow
roof.
too. Like,
Who needs jurisdiction on a freaking roof?
yeah.
Well,
And
I
this
broke
is-
a lot of laws then because I was hanging out on all
Yeah.
kinds of roofs.
He's like, look, guys, we weren't allowed. We didn't have, and he made sure to say jurisdiction like it's
couldn't walk
official.
up the stairs.
Yeah. I mean, we saw pictures of Tyler hobbling his way up the stair. Not even a man who looks could possibly, I guess, compare to Tyler. I don't even think it was Tyler in that picture, but we saw a dude walking up to the roof. So how did he get to his jurisdiction ahead of time? Like, what? That's so ridiculous. You know what I would say? Anybody from over on my channel, you know what I'm about to say. You can fuck all the way off Frank Turek, because that's bullshit. Like, come on, son.
Let's keep playing it. It gets good. He is out here really sharing the story, trying to make sure we all understand what happened. It's crazy.
He sure is.
He's doing a good job.
That the police, whether it's the university
I'm
police
kidding.
or
He's not
the
doing a good
Utah
job.
police, said, we got the roofs. They didn't have the roofs.
Oh no.
That's their
I want-
fault.
Isn't that, what do they call that? That's called passing the buck, isn't it?
Yes, that's
It passed the buck. I would not be telling people I passed the buck and my boss died or my friend died
Yeah.
or anybody died.
Exactly.
Or
He
especially
should
when
have
you're hired
omitted
to
that
s-
whole thing. That should have been omitted from this whole speech. Don't even mention the roof, because guess what? When he was talking, how many of you in chat thought of the roof as he was telling this story? Because I didn't. I was just listening to what he was doing next and stuff. I never even thought of the roof. So he shouldn't have brought that up at all, because that just makes everything worse. Like you said, he just passed the buck. We didn't have jurisdiction. That was on the police, and they dropped the ball on this one. Like, no,
it's not our fault.
Yeah. I mean, anybody that you care about, and any one of you, anyone that you care about, you're going to make sure, okay, you're going to make 100% goddamn sure that you have every angle covered of that your loved one, period. If they love Charlie like they said they did, there wouldn't be like well, the cops said they got it, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'd be double checking everybody's work. Are you serious? You make millions of dollars to protect this man. You should be triple checking everyone's work. It shouldn't have been passed the buck to the police and we don't know. It was their fault. They didn't see it, whatever. No, it should have been triple checked by, their security team. Didn't Brian say they have like an app and they all put all their little movements in the app and all the little things they're checking for and that they have to do? And it's a coordinated thing. They're so smart. They're so well paid, but they didn't have the roof. It wasn't in their jurisdiction. Oh, shit. My bad. Okay. Well, if it wasn't in your jurisdiction, fuck. See, I
know. Sorry.
Totally excusable, right, Danks?
Yeah, they should have asked the police to access the stairwell. I didn't know that you couldn't, I didn't know it was like a military base where you need special access to get to a certain floor.
They probably needed like key cards and shit. Yeah, they probably needed like key cards and like, a scanner for a fingerprint and shit like that just to get to the roof. I mean, Tyler got through it, or who looked like Tyler. Some rando kid got through it who'd never been there before. Didn't they say he was never even there before? Like, I
think it was his first time there.
Yeah, wandering up to the roof. Tyler sure had jurisdiction though, but okay, guys, like, come on, son.
Well, he broke the law, obviously. He broke the law. I mean, I'm surprised they're not factoring that he broke a civilian UVU access that's probably at least a misdemeanor, if not a felony, if he, was accessing a part of the property he wasn't allowed to.
That's true. I wonder if that's even on his charges sheet. I mean, you would think they would get every little thing, That'll be what they end up locking him up for, because I guarantee they're letting him off of
all the other shit.
Yes, they are. I guarantee you. I think this whole thing is for show, and they told him,
trespassing charge.
Yeah, that's going to be the one that gets him. He'll be in prison because he trespassed. He'll get out in like a year on probation or something. We'll see him cleaning up shit on the side of the road, because I don't think they're going to prosecute him, or not prosecute. I don't think they're going to find him guilty of this crime. I really don't, and I think it was designed that way. I think that's if he's either a patsy and he got screwed on this deal, right? And he got in way over his head, or he's the one they're going to throw through a trial, and then he'll be innocent. They'll change his name and move him out of here, and that'll be the end of it. Because they can't just go ahead and, unalive. I mean, I don't think they're nefarious enough to unalive an innocent person in front of the public. But then again, they did it to, Charlie Kirk, if that's the case, you know what I mean? So maybe they are, I don't know. But I had a feeling when they took him in, I was like, they're going to take him in, take him through the entire system. They're going to have a trial. He's going to get off, and they're going to change his name, and he's going to be out of here. And that's going to be it. But I don't know. That's just one of my little theories there.
Jesse on Fire has a theory that it's all going to rest, because all of the things that are so important rest on Lance Twiggs, that somehow something is going to happen to Lance Twiggs. I don't remember what he said, whether he's going to either disappear or he's going to be found. Something is going to go wrong with either the evidence or something with him.
Yeah.
And that the case is going to be in a mistrial because the key witness is somehow compromised or absent.
Right.
And I think that was either that, or it's my theory. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. And I think that actually makes a lot of sense, because I've been covering the case a lot, and I'm going to continue covering more about the case and the case files. And the thing is, all the things that are being put into the preliminary hearings evidence, at least, to show probable cause to create a trial. I think that the standard of barrier of entry should be higher, meaning it shouldn't be this easy to put a man up on trial for his life. You see, now going into a courtroom and getting somebody to, obviously they're bringing a lot more, but you have to remember what their a lot more is they don't have exact evidence of the bullet that they're saying killed Charlie Kirk and the rifle. You can get fingerprints and a rifle from 100 million American homes. Okay. And the evidence that's being presented is the key evidence from somebody who's giving it as a third person. Discord messages.
Yeah.
The letter that was burned and has a picture of it.
Yeah.
The confessions, the text messages. Okay. The stories and Turkey Tom, you know, there's a lot of weird things, and the Lance Twiggs thing. And then you see his family is now LLC friendly, and their the companies are being built out, and I think they got a new property. I'm not sure, but there's definitely some financial changes, it looks like, in there.
Yeah, we saw that his parents' mortgage was paid.
Okay, so then,
directly after, you know, this happened, the parents' mortgage was paid off, and you know.
So then what happens? And you know, I'll tell you, I'm pretty sure they can use whatever was brought in to get us to trial, to get Tyler to trial. They can use it in the trial as part of the evidence, because that's what got this to trial. Then they're gonna argue this evidence and then whatever. But what's crazy is if Lance Twiggs disappears, they can still use that in evidence. Now, you don't get your right to face your accuser in preliminary, and then if he disappears, how are they going to use that in trial? Excuse me. I hope that they don't use. I just hope. I don't know, man. Anything can happen. It's very early still.
It is, and I think this, just from watching the Diddy trial, this judge, if he doesn't want this to end up in a mistrial, he's got to be like extra cautious and very fair, or this could end up in a mistrial, or you know, they could appeal it. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen, especially an appeal. If he screws up one thing, that's grounds for an appeal later down the line. And just, you know, I don't know. I just feel like I don't think he's very fair just right off the jump because of what he just said about, you know, them not being able to question Lance Twiggs. It's just going to be that recording, you know, and they can't question him. And I know this isn't the trial, but it's like part of it. And he's already out the gate. Like, no, you guys can't really cross question him. We're not going to do that. And I feel like that's a mistake, you know. And are they setting it up that way on purpose? I don't know.
It feels like it. It feels like it. Let's keep playing some of this clip.
I know why not.
Why are they like this? Why do they like to whisper these things?
Girl, I feel you, girl.
Yeah, first of all, it's not how Frank was holding the phone when he was describing it, with the screen facing outward and horizontally. He held it like a normal person. Here's a picture. Okay. And second of all, they just need to stop saying that anyone told them that they've got the roofs.
Remember, because he was saying he was holding it sideways. Look.
Yep.
They didn't have the roof.
Where is it?
His security team only had jurisdiction around him.
Oh, God. This is pathetic.
They didn't have.
I was going to try to find him holding it sideways.
First of all, it's not how Frank was holding the phone when he was describing it, with the screen facing outwards and horizontally. He held it like a normal person. Here's a picture. Okay. And second of all, they just need to stop saying that anyone told them that they've got the roofs, and like it wasn't the security team's responsibility. Here is Brian Harpo's text. Let me read it to you again, 1,000th time.
We've seen this.
She's pissed here, at this one.
She's going on here. This is the most replayed. Let's see what this is right here.
Directly above them, there was a walkway. There were policemen there. There was security there. They provided that. He never specified opposite directly on the tall buildings that we see. There was never conversation like that. Where do you mean? What do you mean?
That's true. She's true. Yeah. That's very true. They never were like, oh, we need someone to watch all the roofs in case there's a shooter on top. That's what we, why would you, they said above and behind him. You know what I mean? There's a walkway or whatever.
That's
what does
so
this say?
weird.
Did I fast forwarded it here? So it says, hello, Chief Long. There is student roof access pretty close to where Charlie Kirk will be set up at Utah Valley. Sorensen Student Center has a couple staircases that go up to the walkways on the roof. You want access to the roof? I was told students have access above us. So above them, which was true, there is that walkway right above them. We can even show it here. Let me see. Utah UVU Charlie Kirk setup. Walkway above. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Images. If we look, yeah, you can see there's a walkway here. You see this? Let me open image in a new tab. Right here. So he's down here.
Oh, yeah.
He's down here where this green grass is. Everybody's like, they got the line to talk. Hunter Kozak is standing right here. This is where Charlie's at. And then above them, this is where they asked for the security. Above them, behind in this. And they had security, I think, two, if I'm not mistaken, one on both sides. So,
I mean, that seems like standard, I mean, I would expect. But honestly, for a team that is that highly paid and professional, there should have been a security, like I said, posted on every roof, period, surrounding that, that's.
And there was. I've seen video footage of people being up there, 100%.
There was security there. They provided that. He never specified opposite directly on the tall buildings that we see. There was never conversation like that. Where do you mean? What do you mean? And he never followed up. Did you put your guys there? Do I send my guys there? Where are they stationed? Is everything covered? They effed up and they just can't admit it. Anyway, then Frank describes how they put Charlie in the car, how they got to the hospital. And here is the part where he describes what happened at the hospital.
It seems like we went into an empty emergency room. There was nobody in there. Don't you know we're coming? Where are you? Within 2 minutes, they were on him. Rick and I were praying out loud the whole time. The nurses were phenomenal there. As the doctors attended to him, they took us to other rooms and cleaned us up. And they took Charlie into the OR. They said, we have a pulse. Rick and I are going, all right, maybe. Mikey gets there, shaking. He's talking to JD Vance on the phone. We're all standing.
Man, they're implicating all kinds of motherfuckers. He's like, I'm bringing JD Vance down with me. Fuck this. I'm weaving everybody into these stories. Jack Hibbs, Butch Hibbs, JD Vance, fucking Brad Parscale. If I can get Trump on the phone, I'll do it. He was on the phone at this time when we were doing this. Sorry.
Ridiculous.
Paul. Doctor comes out. I can't get this voice out of my head. He's no, I'm sorry. No, we tried everything with the tenderness of a brick. I need to talk to Erica. Mikey's on the phone going,
what? Who's he talking about?
Tenderness of a brick.
The surgeon?
I can't get this voice out of my head.
Who was he talking about?
I think he said the surgeon comes out
to JD Vance on the
and
phone.
says that he's dead.
We're all standing in the hall. The doctor comes out.
Oh, the doctor. Okay, sorry, I missed that.
I can't get this voice out of my head. He's no, I'm sorry. No.
Really? Why would the doctor come and do it that way? What are you talking about?
Tried everything with the tenderness of a brick. I need to talk to Erica.
What?
Yeah, I don't
The
understand
doctor
that.
says he's dead. I need to talk to the guy's wife right now.
But I don't know who he's saying I need to talk to Erica. Is he talking about him
He's
saying
in-
like
he
I need
comes
to
out-
talk to Erica, or does he mean the doctor said that? I'm so confused by it.
No, well, he's imitating the doctor here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's imitating the doctor's intensity of which he's saying it.
Oh, okay.
He's no, I'm sorry. No, we tried everything with the tenderness of a brick. I need to talk to Erica. Mikey's on the phone going.
So he said he's dead. I need to talk to Erica. Mikey is like,
well,
I am on the phone with Erica. No,
yeah, I can believe the doctor coming out because I mean,
I don't mean to laugh at all this stuff.
No, I totally believe me. It's at the point you have to laugh at some of this because it's ridiculous. But I believe the doctor come out and says, I think that's what he means when he says tenderness of a brick. I think he means like he come out and said, look, he's dead. He's like, no, we tried everything. No. What else did he say? No, this or that. So I think he's meaning like the doctor just came straight out and was like, he's dead. Because he, that's what he says. But I don't think the doctor would say, I need to talk to Erica. The doctor would say,
you don't think he's yelling? It sounds like he's yelling at these guys.
It sounds like but I don't know that he why would he yell? But I don't think the doctor would say Erica. I think the doctor would say, I need to talk to the wife, the spouse, or Mrs. Kirk. He wouldn't say Erica. The doctor don't know her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, what are you talking about? He didn't go, I need to talk to Erica. Get out of here.
So you think it was Frank saying that himself?
I don't know. I don't know if I think Frank means the doctor, like you said, but it's like, I don't believe that the doctor would say that. It's weird. He's telling this story strange. Yeah. That's the weirdest way to tell it.
Somehow Mikey pulled himself together, called who needed to be called, asked the doctors all the hard questions.
Bro, this guy is a good actor, man. I want to hire him for a movie. He is. I will write a movie for him. He is so good.
Got a plane to get Erica. Stacy Sheridan, friend of Erica, was with her. Catherine LaCastro, another amazing TPUSA employee, was with her. We're all standing around going, I can't believe this. I went up to Dan there, hugged him. I said, this is not your fault. Wasn't.
Okay, one by one. What we know from Candace's podcast is that...
I mean, dude, guy is just insane with it. She's got all kinds of clips here. Look at this. And
they said they had it. When Erica shows up, all she has is the clothes on her back. And now there are conspiracy theorists
for what?
Putting out nonsense like Erica went on a shopping spree.
The yoga pants, I told you. Don't address that.
Nobody had clothes.
Idiots.
I didn't have clothes.
Everybody
I had scrubs on. We threw our clothes away.
Erica had to throw her clothes away? No, right? She didn't have to throw her clothes away.
No, I think he means like I think he's talking back to like when them at the hospital. He's like, he said she only had the clothes on her back. He's like, we didn't even have clothes. I had to put scrubs on. I threw my old clothes away. So I think,
I mean, if that's the case, if there was blood everywhere, but why was it when they were flopping out, his neck was flopping, it wasn't blood all over the place, pouring out, shooting out of his neck? The jugular would have been squirting out of the neck continuously.
Like Barron said, he thinks that it hit the other thing, not the jugular. He said he thinks it hit the other thing. The color of the blood and stuff looks that way, and because it wasn't spurting. And again, we saw that, what did they call that? Decortical posturing, where he got hit and he went like this. That means like you're in such a severe trauma state and it's involuntary. And so I think he was near dead, like almost dead, and that's why he wasn't bleeding. You don't bleed when your heart's not pumping hard. You know what I mean? If your heart's pumping, you're bleeding. If it's not pumping, there's nothing to push the blood out. And so if he had barely a pulse, he wasn't bleeding. It might have dripped out or leaked out. That's why I don't believe the story of what they're saying in the car, because there's no blood. So we got it. He's like, my main thing is I have to get that bleeding to stop. Well, where's the blood that was going so bad that you had to stop it? with 32 feet of something. You know what I mean? He's in there shoving the 32 feet of stuff into the wound because there's just blood everywhere, except where's the blood? Because there's nothing in the car. Nothing in the car.
Yeah, the car would be, I mean, unless they were that effective, if they were super effective getting the rolls of toilet, rolls of packing
or whatever in there. But I mean, even the first, like, if you had to use 32 feet to stop the bleeding, the first like 10 feet probably weren't sufficient, right? So obviously we're bleeding right now. We're bleeding all over. We're in the car. We're bleeding everywhere. You have to get it to stop. You start putting in the gauze, and because you need 32 feet, you can imagine the first 10 feet probably didn't do the trick. So there's still blood coming out. There's still blood everywhere. It's bleeding. Only got on the clothing though. It only got on they were like, hold on, let me just get in front here and catch it. I'm going to catch all that, but we don't want to get the car fucked up. We don't want to pay for that shit. So they're standing there catching the blood. You know, he's holding Frank, and he's in front of the blood catching it so it doesn't get on the floor. That's the only possibility of why there's no blood, because they're saying it's so bad. And you know, come on. It wasn't, like you said, we didn't even see it bleeding on the way to the car.
We're gonna go through some of the super chats here in a second, but I wanted to, what do you think? What is ultimately your thesis on what happened to Charlie Kirk? Like, how did he die, and if he's dead at all? Like, do you think he's alive or dead?
I think he's dead. I think when they showed us that posturing thing, that guy made such a good point. He's like, it's involuntary. It happens when you suffer a severe trauma. Now I think there's a possibility maybe they were going to fake it and it went wrong. That could be possible. That could
I've heard that theory floated a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that could be, but I don't know. I don't know about that. I think that's a little bit too much in the mix. You know, I think they wanted him gone, and I think they did do exactly like Barron said. They put two of those things on him, and you know, one blew up. He just happened to be leaning, like they put him up so high. It was like they did it for a spectacle. They did it for that spectacle. What's her name? Niecy, I think is her name, did that video where she showed he was never up that high. They put him like above the table. They had him on like a thing above. That's weird. And he was never up that high like that, which is strange, you know? And I find it, the whole thing to be so he had to lean forward. We saw him leaning kind of like this, you know, when he would lean to get the mic and stuff, he had to lean over and down to grab it. And it was like he leaned and then he was sitting back up, and then that happened. I mean, like somebody said, it might have hit the necklace and punctured, you know, because it is a weird spot to have a mic over here or even down here or right here, hit him on here. But it wasn't like this. It was here, right? It was more here.
Yeah. So if it wasn't, maybe it wasn't the jugular.
Maybe it was just like, but I think they just, I think they wanted him gone, and that's what they did. I mean, there's so much evidence. Look what Barron just pulled up with his, FOIA request for that, looking at the small device, explosive device and shit. Like,
he wanted to know the plane and who was on the manifest, what kind of manifest was it? And they sent back, basically coming from the president's airlift group office that handles that, saying a lot about who is in charge of the decisions around that plane that went to Fort Huachuca. Is it tied to Charlie Kirk? Well, we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, is somehow the information is so pertinent that they can't give it out, or someone's life will be in danger, which sounds kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
Same with the explosive device. They said, or was that what you're talking about? They said that, and it was like, so,
that too. Yeah.
So
did the presidential airlift group, didn't they have something similar or no?
I'm not sure.
Do you know
I
about
didn't
that?
catch that one. No, the only one I caught was the explosive one, where he was looking at that, and came back the same way, like, we can't tell you this, or so it could implicate somebody, they could get whatever, which I find strange. I find that very strange, and I think it's very telling. I think there's so much more. If we look at the two piles of evidence, let's just put it there. If we look at the two piles of evidence that we're seeing pile up, right, we got the stuff that's the Fed slop and what they're going to be using in court, and we've got the stuff that, like, Barron and Candace, and even you found out with the financials and all the things put together. I think there's way more evidence that doesn't follow the federal narrative, the Fed slop. I don't believe that one. I just don't. I think there's something else going on. It could be so many things. It could be so many things, but I do think he's gone. And I do find everything that we're seeing to be just lies, blatant lies in our face, day in and day out. And it's disgusting, and it's lies from how he passed away all the way up to this is what Charlie would have wanted. And everybody's getting sick of the whole thing. It's just like they're sick of it, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's very obvious that there's a cover up of some major capacity. I think that we're close to getting to at least some version of the truth. Well, we already do have, but I think we need something more concrete. Right now, the version of the truth we have is a lot of claims.
Yeah, we're still reaching for things like maybe it's this or maybe it's that. We see there's something. We just aren't sure on what that goes with. We know it's good. Yeah. We know everything goes with something. We just don't know what it goes with, But the more information we get, the more we can narrow it down. So that's a good thing. It's like, and we know Candace is sitting on some good shit. Like, we know that bitch got some stuff coming for us. Like, she's not giving up everything she has, and we know there's more to come. So there might be enough to finally say this seems more accurate than that, or this might be it and not that, but it's just so hard right now because we know it's something. Like I said, if you look at the two piles of evidence, the one where it's something's going on that's shady is there's way more evidence to that than there is to the Fed narrative. It's like, how do they want us to? And then the fact that they get pissed when we don't want to believe that stupid shit is like, that's even funnier.
It's very ironic. No, it's like they just don't want us fighting for truth. It's very clear. Yeah. Let me get to some of these super chats. Crit, $2. Anyone on that X space last night? Kristen, I am not familiar. Chris, you could DM it to me though. On the DM it. Thank you, Kristen.
Oh, maybe she met with what's his name? Blake Bednar's. I just seen that one over there.
That wasn't yesterday, was it?
I don't know. I just found it today. It might have been a couple days ago. Maybe, I'm not sure. I didn't check the date on it.
There's definitely some craziness going on. I stay out of X spaces for the most part. I don't enjoy them as much as others, but I was running one for a while with Elizabeth Lane, but it's a lot. It's a lot, and like it's random. I don't know. It's just not yet.
Yeah, maybe it's kind of weird. The whole setup on it is kind of like you said. It's a lot. It's a lot to do. You're going to do that too, I guess.
Yeah, if they had video and regular video, it'd be better. But I don't know. Maybe. Blacksmith GT $5. That's the face of the Frank Turek face. That when he's talking to Jack Hibbs.
He said I'm 10, not 13. That's exactly it too.
He's like,
you're like,
nice. You sold me out, asshole. Good fucking job. That's the face of your kid when you try to buy them the child's ticket at the movie theater and they say, I'm not 10, I'm 13. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. Oh, my daughter's not there yet, but it's good to see you, Jenny Bakes. $4.99. So many of the hospital staff were on Google search trends. Very sus. It's like they're all in on it. They'll never admit the truth. Too risky.
I didn't know that.
Somebody might.
Staff. That's crazy, though.
Oh yeah, staff. The surgeon.
Wild. I remember the surgeon. Yeah.
I think even maybe Zachariah Qureshi might have been. I'm not sure. On that. But yeah, there is a lot. I think I want to go back and see all the. I think Barron did a bunch of searches. I might go through some of that and see what's over there.
Yeah, I think he did a whole thing on those. Yeah.
Do you think that they would? You don't think like someone like Mikey could come forward?
I think so. I think so. I think they should be. I think they're more scared not of the evidence because there hasn't been like. Candace is always saying she has stuff, and even though she does reveal some pretty like good stuff, and we're all like on the edge of our seat and that, the way it's coming out so slowly, I think that they are more afraid of somebody in their circle breaking right now than they are of what Candace is going to bring them. I'm sure they're afraid of that too, but I think they're really like, I hope Mikey doesn't talk, or I hope, and maybe Frank came out.
Mikey's he's already come out and talked to sources that got to Candace.
Yeah, that's right.
Barron, one of the two, Barron or Candace.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
So he's already, he might have some info coming. I don't know. I showed you all the video. Barron literally said, Candace is going to be gone for 2 weeks. I'd recommend you get lawyers before then. That's pretty specific.
Yeah.
Kate Marie, good to see you. What's up, Kate? That's Kate Suze. Every phone charges differently. Okay. Well, or different types of charging units. And what do you mean every phone charges differently? You mean as far as the...
I think she means the phone dying. That one came in right about when we were talking about how Frank was on a FaceTime call for like 8 hours. And we were like...
So what, he could have like... He could have like a self-charger on it or something.
I have one of these, which I can use to put on the back of my phone to continue to charge it. It'll fully charge my phone again for like a second round. But
if you were to do that though, and you say your phone is going to die, because obviously it didn't die. It stayed on all the way, FaceTiming, which kills your battery significantly faster. 8 hours on a FaceTime? I don't know. Maybe because the screen is off.
We should ask Grok. I'm gonna ask Grok.
That's a good idea. All right, I'll go through some of the super chats. I saw someone mention this. Jen is snarky, and it's funny because her username, her like name it's in Discord is Snarky B. Janie Bakes 499. Jen, are you Views Vapor user? Vape user? I am. You can take a discreet hit literally anywhere. Lanes, restaurants, church, anywhere.
So
anywhere.
Danks, no, a typical phone cannot reliably last 8 hours on a continuous FaceTime video call without charging. Most will last around 4 to 7 hours under real world conditions, depending on the model, settings, and usage. Boom.
Interesting.
6.
Is there like a longest FaceTime world record of any sort?
Yeah,
but that's not plugged
in. In controlled lab tests of video call apps, FaceTime on iOS lasted about 6.9 hours on a full charge, one of the more efficient options compared to apps like Google Meet. 10 to 20% drain per hour.
10 to 20% per hour? Okay.
Yeah.
So, maybe if he happened to like have it fully charged from the hotel or from in the car to, and then videotape and be like, that's like an hour and a half in. So he definitely wasn't charged for an hour and a half. And he probably was down to like
hot. Your phone would get hot too. Like it would be so hot from that. You'd start feeling that on your ass cheek if you have that in your pocket.
That, and also it would just he'd be on like 60% or 70% by the time he starts live streaming to his, or when the time Charlie died, or got shot or whatever happened, the explosion, big bang.
Yeah.
That's all bull crap. Bull hockey.
Yeah. It says for 8 hours straight, you'd likely need to plug it in or use extreme optimizations like very dim screen, airplane mode, plus Wi-Fi low power mode. Even then, it's not guaranteed on most devices.
If you haven't, please hit the like button, the subscribe button. Go over and follow Jen at have it scrolling up top at Against Better Judgment. I'll put her link. I have it right here. I'll put it in the chat.
Thanks. Thank you.
And then you can go give her a follow. She's got great content. I like it. I like
snarky, and if you don't like snark, it's not the place for you. If you get hurt easily, it's not the place for you. We don't. We're very lovely to each other, but if you are gonna cry about stuff, it's not the place for you. We're very snarky over there.
Having a good time. Yes, that's it. So that was the video. Yes. Is it possible that Frank is framing Mommy T 319 $10? Thank you, Amy, for the super chat before as well. Is it possible that Frank is framing the continuous FaceTime connection as a kind of ear witness, as a perceived protecting measure, potentially influenced by a fear for his safety?
That could be.
I love it.
That could be. He's like, yeah, my son heard everything. Don't even try it with me.
Yeah.
Like,
my whole family, if I'm going down, they're going down. I love it.
Right?
I mean, I don't love it, but I like the concept because it makes
the
a lot
other
of
side
sense.
of that really sucks. Like you said, I didn't think about that. If I'm going down, they're going down. He literally just, you know what I mean? He just sealed their fate. They're going to be like, you know what? We got to take this whole family out now because he had them on FaceTime and they heard everything. Remember?
They know everything.
Wow.
They heard it all. He's smart, bro. Frank is smart.
Oh my God.
They probably hate Frank. They're like, dude, why does he keep putting us in there? That story. I was in the Hamptons with somebody else. I didn't even have my phone. We were in the sauna.
Oh my God, that's like the kid where the parents use their name on the electric bill or something. They're like, can you not? Like his son's like, please, I don't even want in this. Just leave me out of it.
Oh, poor Frank. Frank. Thanks for the 10. Amy, watch the end. The way he treats a lady in the audience, telling her she is wrong and doesn't know. Oh, yeah.
We gotta check that out.
I gotta play that. Let me see.
I have to watch that on my channel. I want to tear into that.
Let me see. He does do that here. Let me pull it up right here. Let me see. It's like somewhere at the end here. So is it here? I think it's here. No.
Erica forgave him. His parents turned him in. How can you question it? He has been held in prison all this time. If he wasn't guilty, they wouldn't keep him there. But I have to say, innocent until proven guilty. What a mumbo jumbo. And this woman, I find it hard to forgive. Forgive him for what? There wasn't a trial yet. We don't know the final verdict yet. Okay? Once he's proven guilty and he has his punishment, then you can wonder, how do I forgive it? Okay? Until then, you can still make up your mind based on evidence. Another question from the Q&A, and this is a very interesting part. The woman asking this question was quite nervous, so I'll skip some of it because it took her a while to ask the question. She was there on the September 10th. She witnessed it. She basically mentions a group of about 40 people to her right. She was positioned more in the center, in front of Charlie. She said that the group on the right was very loud, and she assumed they were rainbow people protesters. Okay, here's what it said after that.
As I understand it, the protesters were moved just before Charlie got there. That's what I was told. Maybe that's not right.
No, it's not right because I couldn't hear because we're like, oh, that group needs to chill.
Okay,
down.
So where are you going with this?
I'm just wondering if other people saw it, or was it only me?
Saying they didn't do anything. There was no shot that came from them. There was no shot. Everybody I talked to yesterday, in fact, Hunter was at the microphone when it happened, came from behind you, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I thought the shot came.
No, I don't think so.
Wow, he's just cutting her right off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What? She claps.
There was no shot. Everybody I talked to yesterday, saying they didn't do anything. There was no shot that came from them.
There was no shot. Everybody I talked to yesterday,
Uh,
in fact, Hunter was at the microphone when it happened, came from behind you, right? Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I thought the shot came.
No,
up
I
to-
don't think so.
I'm just, that's
okay.
what they're-
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Whoa.
Bro, what a dick. He really didn't want her saying that. Whatever she was trying to say, he did not. Yes, Teeny's right. Find that lady. Somebody needs to talk to her because she was just trying to say one thing like, no, it sounded like this or that. And he didn't even let her get it out.
Well, we got a mission for the Danksters in the chat. I'll put it in Discord. If you want to join, you know where to go. Club Watcher. Club Watcher. I'm going to just post that in there. Wow.
Yeah, poor lady. That was ignorant. He was ignorant to her. Like, for being a pastor, like, you forget this asshole's a pastor when he acts like that. That's not pastor-like behavior, in my opinion. Allegedly. Okay?
Poor older lady, too. You know, she's just trying to say her truth. No, that's not true. Don't say that here. Can't say that here.
Even when she started, he's like, what are you getting at? Like,
yeah, very aggressive. And it's
bitch,
like
give
he's
me a
probably
moment and I'll get there. But jeez.
He knew what
Yeah.
he was gonna be. She was gonna be asking.
Yeah.
him.
That was
The UVU police did cover the roof. The roof, what's up? TL Catlett, $10. The roof TPUSA asked to be covered was not the Losi Center roof. They did cover it. They blocked it off and had an officer there behind Charlie. Yeah, I think the place we were showing. Yeah, and it's so crazy because they did the job that was requested, and then these security guys are pawning off their mistake and their lack of either excuse being properly allocated for the situation or the truth. They were obviously trying to use this to blame them, and it's like, whoa, we did already do what you asked. We did put somebody up behind Charlie on the roof. It's kind of crazy. Thank you for the super chat, Catlin. Dale, $10. Witness protection is optimistic. Lance Twiggs and Tyler Robinson are low-hanging fruit. That know too much. Great live as usual, Danks. Thank you, Dale.
Yeah, it's
I don't know, man. This isn't Mexico. They're just like taking motherfuckers out like pow pow. You know too much. I mean, maybe. Is it that? Maybe. But why would Lance Twiggs still be alive? Why is Tyler still alive? They could be dead already. You know, are they really just taking fools out like that? I don't know. You can't do that. It's too much. It's too much. So they have to keep the more people that end up dead, you know, I mean, I don't know. They could do whatever, but I think it's too much. You have to be low key about it. Thanks for the super Dale. Good to see you, girl. Jolly Lollipop. Will you be streaming from the courtroom Monday? No, not me.
I'm going to be streaming that.
I won't be at the courtroom, but I will be online. I might be either streaming or I'll do a video. Depends. I probably will do the court. We'll see. Because I am covering the Tyler Robinson case and I want to continue. I want to be covering the case. I want to know all about what's going on with the case and talk about it. I think that'll be fun. So probably I could put a poll out, you know, maybe we'll see. I mean, they can be long, so it just depends.
Yeah.
But it would be
it's gonna be
the prelims are boring. It's kind of I've done it before. 7-8 hours.
I feel the same way as you though. It's like you wanna get all the info and you wanna
I'll listen to it, you know. But streaming it is tough. It is tough. Because you're not talking, you're just watching, you're sitting here the whole time, and it could be 8 hours. You know.
Well, if
you're not
I'm
gonna cut it off.
Thanks. You could put a stream on your channel that's attached to mine, and then if you feel like coming through and sitting down to, you know what I mean, you can have it streaming through your channel. Like if you come in and just leave it sit, and then your people can watch it on your channel. But if you want to stop
You're gonna
in
be
like at
streaming
lunch, yeah, if you want to come and sit down at lunch and hop
could
in
have
and start bullshitting, you know.
Yeah, if
I
you
can be
wanna host
texting
it.
like, thanks, get your ass in here. I can't take it. I
We
figure
could- just to have it for the community. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could do something like that. It's the 6th, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's July
Yeah.
6th.
It's coming up. I'm just gonna stream it and like, I'm sure you're gonna. I mean, it's gonna be an all day thing, so you're gonna have to have some. You're gonna have to have like break time and shit. But you don't have to sit there the whole time. You can go do
pop
something
in
and
and
come
out,
back. Yeah.
True.
That way, people can still hop on your channel to watch it if they want, and if you're there talking, that's cool. If not, they can still watch it.
I mean, the one that I did with Trigger Smart and Kelly, that was one of my highest viewed live streams last month. Or was it last month? Yeah. It got like 20,000, 25,000 views for a live stream. Is a lot. Thanks to all of you liking and subscribing and sharing. Lying liars who lie. Horrible actor. I hope he keeps talking. Super weak link in their chain. Big love, homie. Dale, big love to you, homie. Yeah, no, I think that he's actually doing this on purpose. I think that he's doing something that we're not giving him enough credit for. I think that he could be weaving in these people. I think we might have picked up on something today. Really. That's worth exploring. I wonder if every time he gets on air, isn't he implicating somebody else in his activity?
That's it. Yeah, you.
And he's introducing people and like weaving in a whole. JD Vance
got
is
like a whole fucking team.
Mikey. Yeah. He's got soldiers.
First
on
he
deck.
did his own damn kids and his wife. No, he's got like he got
the
VP
first thing
Mikey.
he's gonna do is get and they're listening to the whole thing. So if I go down, they go down. Like
Right?
what? Don't put
That's
us in that
crazy.
shit, Dad. Leave us alone.
And now he's got the vice president. JD Vance is like, bitch, what? I wasn't.
Bro,
Like, what?
JD Vance. This is
We're gonna have to
matter
look
of
at that.
security.
You know what?
National
Just
security.
when you watch the clips through, just make a note of every person that he mentions. I'm gonna take a couple of them and watch them on my channel.
We need
and
the
comment
video
on
and put
them.
it together.
Yeah, and I'm gonna.
We could
I'm
do
gonna
it. We'll
start
do a
keeping
video.
Track. Yeah, I'm gonna
We
start
should do a
keeping track.
video.
How many people?
Yeah,
pulls
how
into
many
his
people he's
web.
named himself, and how many new introductions of people in this story have come from, and scenarios have come from Frank Turek. I bet you it's more than anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, because nobody talks that much. I mean, Blake and them do it online. Like they're online a lot, saying a bunch of bullshit, but nobody comes out like he is and like
Right, explaining shit.
Yeah.
And giving stories. That's why
he's
this
like, I
thumbnail
ducked
is so-
down. I had my phone like this. I was holding my
bro.
phone like this the whole time. And we're like, bitch, no, you weren't.
Bro,
Like, you had
he's so much detail. He's almost, you'd expect him to say, my underwear was folded because my belly was bent over, and there was a crease in my underwear, and my drawers was untied. One was tied. When it comes out and it's one
and he
loop.
makes an example of it.
And
He's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Just like
Doing
this.
an example
Like,
like this, and he ties it. And he's got a string
Yeah.
and shit, and he's showing you. That's
He's
what my
doing all
drawers
that.
look like.
He's going way too far. Like he's like a storyteller. Maybe it comes from him being a pastor and like getting all, how they do up on stage, like they're real, like, maybe that's because of that. But you're onto something there, Danks. I'm gonna start paying attention because that's something.
Hey, Anne Marie with the big 50. Thank you. Good to see you.
Holy
Happy
cow.
Tuesday, friend. Keep digging. She sent me a really, really dope crochet for my baby boy. It's like
oh yeah, I see that in her picture. I love crochet stuff. Oh my god.
I have it in the room right next door, but I don't want to get up.
That's
I should
friggin'
show. I would love to
sweet.
show it. I think that she does have a business with that, but she crushes. Beautiful. And I got this book right here that I'm reading. Boom, Chaos.
I got that one too.
Charles, man. Oh, you do? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm halfway through
I-
that sucker. I know
I
it's about
caught
to
up.
get good.
Yeah, man. I just started it. Thank you, and good to see you. Charlie Lollipop, Dr. James H. Fetzer says Charlie is still alive. Dr. James H. Fetzer. Who's this? Dr. James H. Fetzer, Charlie Kirk. All right. Thank you. Welcome, Shaina. Welcome, Mason's Storyteller. We have Saturday members only live streams around same time as I go live all the time. And then Saturday night, so you want to come Saturday because every Saturday we have members only live streams. That's what the 99 cents or the gifted memberships are for. And then I have a backlog of archived members content you can go check out. And boom, yeah, for the members. All right. Tanyelle, how'd Frank change his clothes without checking his phone? Ooh, what happened to his phone? Very good point. Damn, girl. Crushing. I got screenshots out the wazizzle.
I know, I do too. It's all over my stuff. I got screenshots. Everywhere.
Find that lady. I like it. Drop it in the chat. Janie, thou doth protest too much. I agree. Christ is king indeed. Critter, $2. Thanks. I sent you X Space Club Bottrip messages. X Space. Oh, this one, the Blake Bednar's one. Is this? Oh, okay. Thank you. I got it. Thank you so much. Dale, $10. They are already disappearing people. What's two more? Lance Twiggs, after his statement, enters prelim, and Tyler Robinson later. Either way. Lance Twiggs after prelim. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Tyler Robinson later anyway. I think we probably just, if somehow Tyler gets off, because if they want to kill him, they'll just let him off, right? Mistrial, something. Get rid of Lance Twiggs. God forbid. I don't want this to happen. I don't even want to put the energy out there, but we got to talk about it. Lance Twiggs gets them to go to trial, or something happens like between now and the prelim or during the prelim where Lance Twiggs is killed or it's disappeared, but it doesn't matter because the prosecution is not going to bring forward, oh, Lance Twiggs is gone and we're going to use his testimony. Even if they knew, they'd probably hide it to get into the trial. You know what I mean? Then after they get to the trial, oh, Lance Twiggs is gone. We can't get him. He can't show up. But they have the tape. They're going to argue that it's hearsay. The judge is going to say, well, it already brought us to this point. Let's show the jury. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the kid is explaining it, whatever it is he's going to explain on this video, his hearsay testimony. It's just a damn shame. I'm a recent new fan of Jen. Much love. Hey, thank you. Big love, big love. Thank you to the super chatters so far. Thank you so much. Pete, hey, man, good to see you, bro. It's been a minute. $7.99 morning all. Aussie time. This whole thing just got worse and worse, right? Missed most of this sleeping, but we'll listen later. Yeah, it's gotten worse and worse. It continues to get worse. Good to see you, Pete. Did Frank mention my name? If not, why not?
I think he mentioned us all, actually.
You don't want to be mentioned. Yeah. If you've watched Candace, he mentioned you. If you have somehow sometime watched Candace. We're all implicated through Frank Turek.
Yeah.
Tom O'Neill, Chaos, was testifying in front of Congress today about MK Ultra. Amy, thank you. That's good to know. I need to save that. My screenshot folder is going to be all filled up. Oh, I'm looking over here because my new setup, because I moved, because we need the office for the baby boy.
I saw that. Congratulations, Danks.
Thank you.
Are you excited? How far along are you guys?
Oh, she's got like a month left.
Oh,
she's like 7.5, 8 months. Yeah.
In this heat too. It's terrible. I can't imagine.
So there's early August. He's big too.
Boy.
Moon Goddess, hey, what's up? Good to see you. $2. Hi, Danks. Just giving love and support. Much love always. Thank you. Good to see you all. Good to see you, Moon Goddess. Butterbean became a member. Join us on Saturdays. Thank you for the super chats. So yeah, man, go and catch her. I'll show your page one last time. You have any other socials you use, or are you?
What is my X is at a lowercase AMBJ uppercase TV. I don't know why it ended up like that. TV. I don't know what that means because I ain't TV, but I think it just picked it or something. It's a weird one.
Here, this is what it looks like when you're just searching. My voice. Ooh. This is her up there. Boom. Better Judgment. Go give her a follow. You're on x.com/BJM.
No, AMBJ uppercase TV.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Give a follow. All right. Well, any last words? Anything what do you think is going to be the end result? You think we're going to figure anything out? People are going to die? People are going to come forward? What do you think?
You know what I think is going to happen? I think that, like I said, I have a sneaking feeling that Tyler's going to get off from this, and he'll probably just disappear into the night. I don't know that they'll unalive him. I mean, everybody has a price, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, they're just going to like send him off with some money and like, hey, you survived this, so keep your mouth shut kind of thing. But I honestly think I don't know that we'll ever figure out what happened, at least not right now. I think we'll be close, but I don't think we're until the government changes over to a different administration where they're not protecting everybody and all that. Maybe I really have a feeling someday someone's going to open this case back up and really dig into it and actually find out what happened. And like I said this in a video of mine too, like it might not happen now. It might be, a year from now, 3 years from now, 10, 20, 30, I don't know, 50 years from now. But the legacy is going to, go to their children for whatever. Whoever's involved in this, like that's going to be your legacy. That's their children. We're going to have to live with the fact that their parents did this type of thing. I just think somebody's going to reopen it if it's not solved, because there's too many of us. Like, there's people in the administration who are keeping their mouths shut. If right, with the premise of if this is what's going on and there's a cover up, then it goes up so high. Not every single person that's involved wants to be involved. You know what I mean? Say you're an agent and you just happen to be like one of the ones where they're like, look, this is what you found, this and that. Like, they keep everybody quiet. Not everybody wants to stay quiet. They stay quiet because they're afraid. Time goes on, leaders change, that kind of thing. And eventually it will be solved. I have 100% assured that it's going, like, I know it will be. I just don't know when it will be. But again, that's what they're leaving to their children if that's what they did.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's a sad thing.
Sad. Scary. Well, I think a super chat came in. Oh, I forgot. I'm making baby blanket for you. What color? Whatever color you want. I left all creative. Thank you so much. That's amazing. If you're gonna make one, whatever you want, be as creative. It's a baby boy. That's all I know. My wife's Mexican. I'm American, Persian American, and Cuban. Don't make like a sombrero version. Oh, he's Cuban and Mexican. Let's put sombreros.
What color's the baby's room gonna be? That's a good starter, so you can match the blanket.
I have no idea. I haven't. She's gonna do all that. Probably like a light.
Thanks. You better you better get paint and shit. Why are you even on live right now? Why you should be building your crib
I just
next
moved
time we
everything
see you
in.
live. You better be building your crib in the back and just stand there and put your mic by your face. That's what we want to see next live. Thanks, building the crib while we talk about TPUSA.
Bro, you don't want to see me
Peg
build a
me
crib.
into section C with that little.
I'll be arguing with Claude like, dude, it doesn't fit.
Right.
I got Grok on the video camera. Like, okay, I put this here. Can you tell me how to?
Claude's like, listen, just let your wife do it, sir.
No, I can put together a crib, no problem. All right. Well, I appreciate you joining me. Thanks again. Go follow Jen at Against My Better Judgment. And it's been a
thanks
pleasure.
for having me. Thanks. I appreciate it.
No problem. All right, everyone, you know what to do. Hit the like if you haven't on your way out. And come join us in the inner community if you want to come hang out in the chats. We'll see you in the next one.
Take care.
Peace. Don't let the psyops psyop you.
Don't let Frank mention